And if someone can go to YouTube and take a look, see if we are in fact live streaming. Um, on Discord, it does show that we are live now, so I'm assuming that we are live streaming. Either way, if we're not, it's not that big of a deal because we are recording really for ourselves for a video archival, so that we can go back and reference things. And if someone were to be missing tonight, they'd be able to go back and watch the game session. But
I just don't have Discord open on this computer.
I know that some of my local peeps had expressed interest in watching. So I got one couple who loves watching you ladies play.
Uh,
So, all right. As you ladies are working on that to verify
there's something Quest Chronicles.
Thaco Quest Chronicle. No,
uh,
yeah, Thaco Quest Chronicle. Or it's the channel is DMs Through the Ages.
that's right. I don't have Discord open on my other computer.
Hold on, it's showing live.
Okay.
It looks live.
It's
Yeah.
live.
Okay. Well, good for
Yes,
us.
it is.
So if anyone's watching us,
We did it.
we are amateurs. We are not professional gamers. We are not professional YouTubers by any means, nor I barely even know how to record and stream. So be interesting to see how we make out. Oh, but I think I worked it out with OBS, where I can actually transition between Discord for our recording and streaming between Discord and mapping and Adobe Acrobat and still keep the audio all the way through. So
Excellent.
don't clap yet. We'll see how it works out.
I'm interested.
Time will tell here. All right, ladies. So, Alicia, if you could, I know you had the session notes there for everyone, but not knowing if everyone has read it, and certainly anyone who's watching has no idea what's going on. But we are currently in session number 21. Yes, we are now in session 21 of the Keep on the Borderlands. And if you can recap for us what last session, 2 weeks ago, what last session was.
We started off pretty much in combat. We went ahead and fought off, I believe it was 3 gnolls, somewhat successfully. We did get Libra was downed almost immediately, and a lot of people took a lot of damage. Luckily, we got through them pretty decently, and so what we did was we raided them for a couple electrum, silver, and copper pieces. Rayla found a barrel with a mysterious liquid in it, and I believe she took 2 flasks of that liquid just for
funsies.
giggles and for funsies. Then while we made our way down away from the cave, realizing that we bit off far more than we could chew, we ran into Pacifica and his men. And while we couldn't convince them not to go all together, we did get Pacifica to join us back at the keep. And from there, we went to, let's say, I know that Rayla went to the chapel with Malachi, bought some healing kit items. I went with Libra, Pacifica, and why am I blanking on his name right now? Balfier. We went to Tiam, the shopkeep, and he was very happy to see Libra again. He gave me a pot for a potential idea that Erica had thought up to help with my entangled spell. And we mostly met up for dinner, and I know that Muriel was very happy to try and rest as much as she could.
I think I'm down to 2 hit points. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't hear you, DM.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Muriel, did you get
Yeah.
the character sheet for Balfour?
I did receive it. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure you
Let
got it.
me-
All right, so before we begin, I will call out to everyone individually and to introduce your characters and share anything about your, obviously, at the very least, your class and your race, and share anything about your character that you think might be pertinent or interesting for anyone who might be watching, since we are now officially live streaming to YouTube. Ms. Libra, tell us about Libra. Who is she?
She is a half elf druid. She is very naive and very much in her own little world and enjoys skipping and trying to make friends with little things like dogmen.
All right, Ms. Muriel.
Hello, I'm Muriel. I'm a 180-year-old full elf. Um, that makes me about, an 18-year-old stupid girl. She's learning though. There's a lot of growth in here. Um, she's a thief. I keep looking over here because I have a little miniature over here. She's a thief magic user, so multi-classing. Um, I think I'm one of the most recent adds to this group, so and to the campaign. But it's been really fun to get to know Muriel, to find a place for Muriel among the chaos, and or maybe deliver some chaos of my own.
And you now are officially playing a second character, who is a
Yes, yes.
character of a player who had joined us from the beginning, but for personal reasons had to drop out. So Erica also, excuse me, Muriel, also has at her disposal I think he's an elven thief named
Uh,
Balthier.
Yep, he's Balfour Laron, it looks like. Um, it looks like he's a full elf thief. Um, Probably better with ranged weapons than I am. He's got some more cool stuff than I have,
He,
so
he
he's
he does have a
way
couple other
better
cool
equipped.
things. Yeah, yeah.
Does well, he probably has a better idea of what he's doing than Muriel does. Let's be real, she hasn't had a lot of success so far. Uh, Val Valfear gives me the idea that he's how have we been describing him? He's a little bit slinky when it comes to combat. Like
He's a little
he tends
reserved.
to favor the shadows and see if he can avoid being the direct attention of whatever we're up against.
He likes to,
Um,
I think, based upon his gear, I think he likes to fiddle with locks.
yeah, oh yeah, he a better
Yeah. So
oh yeah, yeah.
I think
He's good at finding things.
yeah, and whereas Muriel has had very poor success at picking pockets thus far.
Doesn't mean she doesn't try.
And how about
We
for Ms. Licia?
don't have karmatic dice, but
Hi, I play Licia, another half-elf druid. I am 46 years old, relatively young for a half-elf. I was raised by my human father, Marshall, and many years ago they lost contact with my full elf mother, and that was really what set her out on her journey to try and find her. Hopefully she will find either her mother or find out what happened to her.
And Ms. Rayla?
Yeah, so I play Rayla. She is a half-elf ranger cleric. Yeah, that's don't really have a interesting backstory.
Okay.
More or
And
yes.
less.
another member of the party, another character is Malachi, who I am privileged to play as Malachi. Not technically a DM PC, not a Dungeon Master's player character. It is another player who had kind of backed out on us for other reasons, but we didn't want to abandon the party, separate the character from the party. So Malachi is a human paladin. He's kind of some brute force here for the party, and he does his cool paladin stuff, which is protecting the group from evil, as well as a little bit of healing. And we
Keeping us
always
in
need to
line.
remind each other that he offers protection from evil, because we always seem to forget. And when we need it most, which is in combat, is when we seem to forget most. But he also has the ability to lay hands, to heal, to cure disease, and to detect evil. So a couple of the cool abilities of the ranger, not the ranger, excuse me, of the paladin. And I believe that is all of our characters in the party, except for your new friend Pacifica, who you really don't know very much about. Pacifica is a professional adventurer that Muriel has charmed and has now joined the party, at least to an extent, sitting down and having dinner with them here at the Empty Bowl, which is the local tavern at the Keep on the Borderlands. Now, if anyone is watching, one point of clarity before we actually kind of get into our roleplay, we are not playing 5th edition. We are not playing 5th edition. We are playing 1st edition, the original Keep on the Borderlands for 1st edition. We are playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons AD&D, which is what Muriel is showing you there, AD&D, and not part of the BECME, the Basic Expert Companion Masters and Immortals. We're not playing that. We're playing AD&D. So here we get a couple of house rules kind of thrown in there and so on. We kind of pull from different 1E books, or the AD&D book. So, all right. So if I understand correctly, we last left off with everyone at the Empty Bowl, including Tiam, who of course is all up in Libra's space, because he is all about Libra, and Libra is all about him in the sense of, if I flirt a little bit, maybe I can get a deal on goods, as he is the local provisioner, and thus far
So far.
it has worked fairly well. They have fared well. However, the the trader next door has not been going all that well, because they tried to rob him and they got caught red-handed. Like red-handed, Muriel's hand in his belt pouch, and he reaches around and grabs her wrists, red-handed. Okay, but my question to the group is, where exactly
me.
did we leave off? Were we in the tavern, or had everyone retired for the night?
We were still in the tavern.
I believe we were at dinner, like
Okay.
seated at dinner.
That's what I thought as well. And in terms of hit points, Muriel and Alicia, well, and Rayla too a little bit, have a little space to go.
I don't feel great though.
Rayla, Alicia, and Muriel have a little space to go. Okay.
I was say I'm at
I
7.
feel
I got healed.
woozy though.
Okay, so, excuse me, we are here at dinner at the Empty Bowl, and you are having dinner with your newfound friend Pacifica, as well as your old friend, so to speak, Tiam. And Tiam is the married man who has a strong interest in Libra. Now, whether his interest is genuine or not, or he's just kind of playing along with the flirtation, is still kind of indeterminate, but he has he seems to have a little bit of a genuine interest in Libra, I would say.
At least curiosity.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure how to describe it. But anyway, so we're here at the Empty Bowl. You have Fenza, who is your tavern keeper, barkeeper. You have Sven and Angelina, who are your serving wenches. Sven being the older lady, probably in her 40s or 50s, and Angelina, the complete opposite, probably about 14, 15, 16 years old. And Fenza is, I believe off the top of my head, is a halfling, and has been serving you guys rather well. You have an arrangement here with the Empty Bowl, or with the keep, so to speak, for lodging, laundering of your clothes, and even weapon and armor maintenance for a fixed rate, which we have discussed previously, and we don't need to revisit here at the
Libra's wheeling and
moment.
dealing too.
It may have been.
I'm pretty sure this deal was because of Libra's wheeling and dealing as well.
And you guys
More than
had
likely.
last session you expressed interest with Hanan, the provisioner, about purchasing a potion of healing. And much to everyone's surprise, a potion of healing is anything but cheap. You guys recorded 500 gold pieces.
So
Right.
in retrospect, when y'all are trying to get me to, instead of take the gold a few sessions ago, it was a good thing I didn't because I got 625. So, pat on the shoulder for me.
So that means
Mhm.
you could go back and buy it, have a potion of healing, and still have 125 in your pocket.
And it gets me in the shop again.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He
No?
didn't want to see me either. I went in with
Well,
TM and it didn't go well.
I think surprisingly Balfour and I are the only two are allowed back in that shop at this point. Oh,
Hey,
I'm sorry, Licia. I'm sorry. But weren't you part of the whole pickpocketing thing? No, you weren't.
no, I was not.
absolutely not.
I sensed
You turned
trouble coming, and I
faster than
immediately
I've
left.
ever seen.
But she got my character involved, which she had to play me.
That's right. It was your character. Right.
She wanted me in trouble.
All right, so ladies, is there anything here in the ongoings of the tavern that needs our attention? Or do we need to retire for the night, roll for some hit point restoration?
Just real quick, for some reason I don't have my current hit points listed. How do you by any chance someone has that?
I do. I have you down to 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yuck. Okay. That's yucky. Okay. All right, thanks.
You don't look so good either.
Considering my max is 13, yeah, I'm almost halfway down.
And Muriel's at
I
half
am-
too.
I am
And Alicia.
almost dead. Half dead. Almost half dead.
I think we should retire, get some hit points back up, and see what other trouble we can get to in the morning.
Pacifica, are you going to leave tonight to find your friends, or are you going to wait around for tomorrow?
That's a good question, my friend, Ms. Muriel. What are your intentions for the remainder of the evening and tomorrow?
I believe we're going to rest up, try to save as much, every ounce of physical energy as we possibly can. I'm not even going to talk after I go into bed. It's going to be as still as possible. And then tomorrow morning we'll see how everyone fares. How much confident, we feel in our ability to trek out. If we don't, we might have to rest up some more or find some medicine or some such thing. But yeah, no, I am already exhausted and mhm.
So are you all thinking, kind of dresses the table, dresses the group, are you all thinking you want to head out in the morning back to the valley?
I think if everybody feels
like
up
a
to
plan.
it.
Or do you want to head out tomorrow afternoon?
Well, real quick, Muriel, Rayla leans over to Muriel and whispers, "You still gonna try and charm the shopkeep into giving us the health potion or what?"
We'll see how much energy I have tomorrow. If we're going into the caves, I might need as much magic as I can well, yeah. We'll see. We
Well, I'm
do
gonna retire.
need that health potion, but I think Libra's been far more convincing than I have.
He doesn't like me still. I tried.
Mhm.
But I think we should go to bed, and if we have to go to the temple in the morning to see if we can get more healing, we can.
That's a great idea. Yeah, sorry, I said medicine
And I did
before.
pick up
We
a
should just
healing kit too. For my
I-
non-weapon
healing kits.
healing.
I would
Huh?
say, yeah, healing kits only help if we're dying.
And it's immediate.
Well,
It's
don't write
only
that off.
the healing kit is only effective for injuries that were sustained the previous round.
Well, you're the DM. Can't you change that rule just this once?
You're right. I could.
That's hilarious.
That wouldn't be as fun.
One of us should have learned alchemy.
We squirm less, apparently. We gotta
If you want,
entertain the gods.
right, I was going to say if you want it to be easy, you can play 5e.
or we can just all do a group Boulder's Gate and toggle God mode.
Yeah, well, that's 5e is God mode. No one dies. The Erica is shaking her head because she's I'm making a mockery of 5e, but I'm not far off.
Oh no, you're all superheroes. Everyone's a superhero in 5e.
All right, anyway, but I'm not here to
it
mock.
is fun.
I'm not here to mock 5e. I can do that on my roll for mastery. So, all right. So, I guess what I'm kind of getting at here to the group is: are we doing a long rest, which is
Yes.
8 to 12 hours, or are we doing a very long rest, which is 12 to 24?
Oh,
So, are you guys leaving in the
don't
morning,
know if
or are you
this-
going to kind of leave in the late afternoon?
As a very long rest, is that the one that restores you to full hit point?
No, there is no such thing. But on a long
Can't be
rest.
that.
On a long
Yeah.
rest, which is essentially you sleep the night, right? 8 to 12 hours, okay? You gain 1 to 3 hit points back. On a very long rest, that 12 to 24, it is those 1 to 3 and half of your hit die. So as an example, a cleric gets a D8 hit dice, so you'd get you get to get half of that plus that 1 to 3. Well, actually, you don't get half. You'd roll the D8, right, for the cleric. We cut that in half, and you'll also get the 1 to 3 points. And that's in our house rules on the OneDrive. But so that means for a cleric, you'd get a minimum of 2 and a max of 7 on a very long rest, as opposed to 1 to 3.
But it's gonna be cold in the morning. Really cold. We should maybe hang
I'm
out.
all for a long rest, very long rest.
I think I need a very long rest. I do.
I'm good with that too.
Well, in that case, should we purchase the healing potion now before the very long rest, just in case someone doesn't try and buy it in the morning?
Honestly,
You think that
I'm
would
really
happen?
hoping to see what plays out with Muriel and her fun spells.
She's hoping that she
Okay.
can charm her.
He's just
Just
you're
saying.
mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. This has been awesome.
Oh my god, that's gone over my head all day.
Yeah, so
I see you. I see you now. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna try to charm the guy tomorrow, because it might be fun.
exactly. I know you can't resist.
Yeah, it might. But we might want to do it in the afternoon. If anyone is going to buy the health potion,
Look, if you fail miserably, like when you try to pickpocket him, I'll just run over to the bank and grab the 500 gold, and I'll make sure just to be peeking out around the door so I am not in his bad
last time
graces.
he didn't. He responded with a dagger.
Oh yes, I've heard. It was wonderful.
I don't believe he's going to give us time to run to the bank.
No, but that's the best part. I'll be just standing outside peeking in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
In other
I see
words,
where you're
she's
going
hiding
there.
from trouble again.
Exactly.
And here my brain was going, oh, she's 5 steps ahead, so she's already closer to getting me help.
Nope,
not-
she's
not-
5 steps
not-
closer of still being in good graces.
Goodness gracious, Muriel is naive.
Hey,
My
you
first
said it, not me.
adventure. I'm gonna be a thief. Yes. Yes. Leather armor, had a horse, had packs on the horse. Pacifica did not have any healing potions, or if he did not admit to having any.
The only thing I remember is Libra hit the horse on the butt to see if it would run.
And he was not a fan of that.
Nope,
Kinda like
nope, it was not.
first or second episode of Witcher, where he's like, "Don't touch me." Yes. Well, maybe Pacifica has interest. He also does not have any health potions on him, and his group did not seem as prepared that way either. So, if anyone else is to buy it, maybe he might.
Yeah, we
Just
can cross
planting the
that.
seed, not forcing him to do anything. It's just as your friend, Pacifica. I figured I would just let you know that the local town does sell a healing potion sorts.
Oh, are you suggesting I need a healing potion, Ms. Muriel? Are the caves that rough?
Exceptionally, they
Hmm.
caught me.
They definitely got me.
Easy to catch you, Muriel.
Look how much shit I am. I'm a wreck.
Yes.
I'm haggard as hell.
Oh,
Bonus points if anyone's seen the movie Haggard.
and what is the going rate for a potion of healing here in these parts?
I think it depends on the favor of the vendor. Honestly, it's
Yeah,
kind
like
of
if
like
you try and pickpocket him.
Oh, I'm not good at
that.
pickpocketing, he says. That's a
I
skill
would
I do
not.
not possess.
Me either. It would seem. Um. So yeah, the rate he offered us was a little high, but I think it was artificially high. I bet if you were to go in all fresh-faced and adventure-y with your shiny leather armor, you look the part.
And don't you dare mention Muriel's name and if you're connected to Muriel.
Yeah, no, that actually. Well, I mean, just don't talk about anyone else at all. Why? Why would you?
Why wouldn't I talk about my friends and their heroic adventures?
Because the vendor might think of your friends and think of a big party and think of more money. You need to make him think I am alone and I need this to save my life.
And what is the name of this vendor?
What is his name?
Kanan.
His name is Canaan, you say? Hmm. So I should talk to Canaan about buying a potion of healing.
If you feel like, um, I mean, it is a dangerous, dangerous venture we are off to tomorrow, and I want you to be. You did say you didn't have any healing potion on you, and your group did, and I know we're coming up with plans to protect ourselves. Next time we go out there, and I would hate to think your group was out there unprepared.
S-
We've learned that lesson already. Let's pass it along and stand on the shoulders of giants.
But as I as
Anyone else
I
playing
as I
33
sit
right now? Oh
here
my god.
before Mira, before you and all of your friends, I would think it'd be more advantageous for me to bring someone of much better physical stature than just myself.
Well, wouldn't that make it seem like you're much more in need of a health potion?
No, what I'm saying is if I brought some beauty with me, perhaps we could get a better
That kind of
price.
stature. Kind of stature. I am only 4'6".
You can bring Libra or Licia.
It's
Uh,
still a bad idea, at least for me.
That's right. Bring Licia.
I just don't think I don't think we're his type.
I
It
suppose
was
I suppose
Whatever's
I could try,
happening.
but so you say now when is
Well, it's
this?
just
When should I do this?
suggestion.
Should I do this? Should I? Where in the sky will the sun be when I should do this? Is it over here
Very
or over
low,
here?
low in the in early morning. The
O-
grass will still
over
be wet with
here.
dew.
Over
Yep.
here. Not over here, right?
Nope, that's
Over
dinner
here.
time.
Okay.
That way.
Okay.
We want to leave by, heads up o'clock.
Heads up o'clock.
So, around that time-ish, right? Afternoon. And and
Something like
and
that.
it would be wonderful to be prepared by then.
Okay. So in the morning, I'll go talk. What's his name?
Kanan.
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 I have to write this.
Okay,
down.
I'll go talk to Kanan. Where do I find him?
In the village, or he's in the keep. He has
Right
the
next door to Tiam's. Tiam might be a good one for you to take with.
Okay,
He's a
so
provisioner.
he's
so
right
you
next to
probably know his
TM.
better.
Okay, so he's right next to TM. So where's TM?
Behind you.
You were with us.
We're at the same table.
Tim
Same
is like,
table.
hi.
Same table.
I'm Tim.
And TM speaks up as he gently slides his arm around Libra. He says, I'm right here."
I'm sitting on the table, just kind of slightly slouching, trying not to pass out.
So I should go talk to him
But
in the
you're also
morning?
kind of dead too. If you want to, your will is your own. It's just a suggestion from a
I
friend.
lift up my head and like, Tiam, would you mind taking him to Keenan's house or Keenan's place tomorrow?
So Ms. Muriel, I'm just trying to understand, he says. I'm supposed to go talk to Kanan and TM when the sun is over here. And then when the sun is over here, we're going to leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What bit are you confused about?
Where do I find Kanan? He's,
Tiam, will you
he's next to
explain where
TM,
you
but
work?
TM's right here. And next to TM is Libra. That's my confusion.
Oh, right.
I look over at
right,
Rayla,
right,
I'm like,
right.
you guys think that I'm not very smart.
This gentleman definitely needs his health potion. Tomorrow morning, and then I proceed to give him instructions on how to walk to Teams.
I'll
Be
just
like,
say,
"But don't
hey,
go there.
Tiam, will you
Don't go
meet
there. That's not the store." Go
Tiam,
next
will
to
you
that.
meet Pacifica here in the morning for you to
Oh.
take him to I keep wanting to call him Keenan, the other guy's house, and so that way he can health potion. Also, maybe something kind of roll for intelligence.
And you know what? Breakfast will be on us if you want to come in and grab like a scone while you're picking him up. He has a boon.
Okay, so am I supposed to meet you here for breakfast first and then go get the potion?
You're gonna meet Tiam here for breakfast, and he will
Mhm.
take you to Kinnan's house or
All
shop.
the while we are
Get the-
sleeping in.
Yeah, we've got to sleep. There's no ifs, ands, or but about that. And around
Because we'll
noon, we'll
die.
meet you out. We'll meet you for lunch.
When the sun's here.
Straight up overhead.
Yes, then you can meet
No
us here for
shadows.
lunch. But Tiam will take you in the morning for breakfast to the.
No, I thought I was having
Just
breakfast
these two
here
bros.
with Muriel. She said have
No,
breakfast
she'll
here.
be
sleeping.
Yes,
be
you will
sleeping.
have breakfast here, but it won't be with me. I have to sleep for a long time. Trance, I mean, whatever elves do. Heal. Look how broken. Look how busted.
Hmm. You do look a little rough.
Mm.
Yeah, you do look. Okay, I'll do my best. How do I pay for this potion of healing?
We got you, man. No.
With your own gold.
You could always write him an IOU. Let him know that you are
Do you have something?
successful
Do you have something for
adventurer?
me to write that on? You said write him an IOU.
Well, no, he will. I'm sure he has
Oh.
forms for that sort of thing.
Okay.
You might be able to set up an account and get 30 days terms or something.
How do you spell that? IOU.
Shit. Tim,
Take over, please.
he might need a little bit more guidance through the process than we imagined.
He leans over and whispers to Libra. He says, "I have a process."
Oh,
You do it. That means you're going to be coming here in the morning to pick him up, right? That's the process, because that's what I'm getting out of this. I don't know what that guy's problem is. Pacifica's just a little.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. But I guess I can try to help him out.
I think
Yes, please. I need all the sleep I can get. There's not much more I can handle right now.
And who will you be with tonight, Ms. Libra?
My pillow.
All lonely? You need any company?
I'm gonna be too passed out for any company, but I do
Oh,
appreciate it.
passed out and all the way kind of gal. Okay.
Hmm You have to be conscious for that. I will not be.
I put my hand on her forehead and be like, she has much recovering to do.
As the saying goes, maybe she needs to lick her wounds.
Oh my!
I don't think it's that kind of wounds. That part's been healed.
What is going on? Oh, what is going on?
I'm not sure exactly. This story's spun itself on its head.
I just know I'm going to bed. Everybody, good luck. TM, please take care of him in the morning. He will be here at apparently this time. Oh, no, that time.
For you, my love, he says, I will see to it that he finds his way to Canaan.
I appreciate that greatly. I'm going to bed. I am so
Angela,
confused.
can you make sure there's breakfast for these two very kind and helpful
Ms. Muriel
fellows in the morning?
Pacifica says, I'm still confused as to how I'm supposed to pay for something.
Oh, TM, he is a vendor. TM, you know all about setting up terms of service and things like that. Perhaps he could put something down, and we can settle the accounts later.
The confusion continues with
See,
Pacifica.
now, Pacifica,
He says,
it's
put
okay.
something down, and he puts down his stein.
A stein might work. What's your stein made of?
It's whatever Angelina gave me.
Oh. Well, then,
You said,
no,
put
it
something
would have
down.
to be...
I put something down. I did exactly what you told me to do.
This is
Pacifica, how many
absolutely
people have you killed?
I can't count that high.
Wow,
Is
really?
it more than this? Is that why?
Oh, yes, definitely more than that.
How?
One,
Okay.
How did you make it so far?
12,
I think the
14.
skills are specific and niche. In
A
this
quiche.
fellow.
They have a
Niche.
quiche here?
I think you have a niche skill. They might actually.
I'm starting to think that the reason he was charmed wasn't so much about her skill.
Oh, yes. Well, it isn't. Is it an intelligence save or is
The initial saving throw is just a versus spell, but the duration is based upon, how long till they can make a saving throw again is based upon their intelligence.
what it is? I knew it was somehow tied
Yes.
to intelligence. Yeah, that's why like an orc or something would be useful to have, or a kobold. An orc, I think, is actually quite intelligent, tactically intelligent. Anyway, I'm gonna faint.
I'll bring you up to your
Let's
room,
go
Muriel.
upstairs.
Yeah.
Night.
Get some
all
rest.
All right, so you
Like
all
Ian.
retire for the night, and I'm assuming we're going to do shooting for the very long rest, which means you guys
Yes,
won't
sir.
kind of become active until mid-morning. Excuse me, 10, 11 o'clock or so, mid to late morning, in order to get that long rest, or the very long rest, excuse me. So let's roll some dice for that and see what we can restore here for you guys. Let me start. First on my list is Libra. So Ms. Libra, start with a roll. You're a cleric, right, or druid?
Druid.
Okay, so roll a d10 and a d8, please, and tell me what you get on the each. And Licia, who's also a cleric / druid, if you can also roll me the d10 and d8. And Rayla's going to roll.
Okay.
She's complicated because she's multi-class. Muriel, you're multi-class as well, so hold that thought. All right, Libra, what you get on your 10?
I got 9.
Okay, and how about
Nice.
on your d8?
5.
Okay, so that's going to bring you to max hit points of 9. And Alicia, what did you get on your D10?
3.
3. And what did you get on your D8?
A 1.
Oh no.
No, that's not good.
Oh no.
All right, so that's going to bring you up to 6.
Okay.
Ms. Rayla, start me with a D10, please.
D10.
Yeah.
D10. I got a 7.
7. Okay, so that's going to bring you up to 9.
Okay.
And now you're a multi-class ranger cleric, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you roll me? Yeah, can you roll a D8 as well?
Yes. D8 is a 5.
5. So that's going to get you 2 more. That's going to bring you up to 11.
Okay, I can work with that.
Muriel, start with a
Yes.
D10.
Is that a 6? I think it's a 6.
6. Then that
The
brings you up
6
to
and the 9 look very small.
okay. So that's going to bring you up to max. So that'll bring you up to 2. Actually, that gains you 2, put you at 4, and then we roll the half hit dice, which of course will get you up to your max. All right, Malachi is at max now.
Which, by the way, is 5.
Yes.
I have 5 hit points.
Yes.
I'm gonna die.
Well,
That's
Balthier
only
has
2
6. You guys are chummy in that sense.
Who has the most hit points? I mean, besides me.
You.
The highest max hit points is probably going to be Pacifica.
Who's not Balthier? Malachi.
Malachi. No, after that, actually, Rayla has more hit points than Malachi. Rayla has a max of 13, Malachi 10, Alicia and Libra at 9, Balthier 6, and lastly Muriel at 5.
And what's Pacifica's hit points?
You do not know.
I was gonna say we can just use him as a human shield.
Because I am that kind of DM.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Right.
I think you kind of owe us for the last 50 minutes, though. Like, come on.
the my buddy here, Artie, seems to be watching us live stream, and he said our audio levels are good.
Yay!
Thank you.
So, okay.
Thank you.
And Artie, if you are watching, which it sounds like you are, I am not on YouTube, so I cannot see the chat, the YouTube chat. Because I just can't, I can only do so many things at once, and that's one that I cannot do. So
I think I already closed YouTube.
Oh,
But I thought you like.
but what I could do, I don't know how, but I can make one of you guys a moderator for that, and you guys could monitor that.
That's
true. Food for
That's
thought.
True.
Okay, so the next day, I know Alicia keeps track of our calendar as our note taker. I have actually lost track of time. I will consult her later on for my own notes so I can stay up to date here with everyone. But we are into our new calendar day, which means, oh, wait, hang on one second. Who has less than max hit points? Alicia.
I have less than max.
Yeah, okay, Alicia, yeah.
Alicia's down
Well,
pretty
I
good.
was thinking that Malachi could lay hands, but he had already done that calendar day. Because he did in the last game session, someone went to negative hit points or 0, and he laid hands, right, to help bring them back.
Yeah,
Right.
I was dead.
Okay, so
I thought we long rested, really long rested.
well, right. But I'm saying I was thinking had he not done that, he could have done that before the long rest. Is what I was thinking.
Do I still have my lay hands, or did I use it on someone?
No. You have Cure Light Wounds, which was also used at the same time that Malachi had used his laying of hands. Now that we're in a new calendar day, you now have your Cure Light Wounds back, and Muriel has, well, she gets to choose her 3 spells.
Yeah. Okay.
We can also go to the temple. We can also go to the temple to see if they will help.
Ms. Muriel, I'll let you take a minute or two to consider what 3 spells you want for today. Considering that you're in town here briefly and then heading out.
Also, it is Friday, October 5th.
Thank you.
Cool.
It's actually October 6th.
Oh. Is it Friday though?
Fight.
No, it'll be
It is
Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
That is my birthday.
Saturday, October 6th. We are now. Okay, got it. Okay.
Happy birthday.
So we are into your next day, your next calendar day, Saturday, October 6th. You guys have rested quite a bit between sleeping and just kind of hanging low, like real minimal physical activity. And you kind of get yourself ready for the day, get yourself geared up, don your armor and such and your gear, as today is going to be another adventuring day for you. You know that. And you make your way over to the empty bowl to find Angeline is absent, but Sven is working today. And of course, Fenza is there as she always is there. From open to close, that poor lady. And Pacifica is sitting there enjoying some lunch or brunch, as the case may be.
I go up to him and pat him on the shoulder. Hi there, young mind.
Hey, Ms. Libra.
Were you able to get that healing potion?
Oh, yeah. That was today.
Oh no.
Maybe I could try tomorrow when the sun's low.
You think you'll remember? How about you maybe have you seen Tiam around? Maybe he could take you now.
Who's Tiam again?
Your
I wonder if
shadow.
Tim got his
My
birthday.
shadow? There's no shadows in here.
Not during lunchtime.
I just asked for a very big ale and whatever was cheapest on the
Breakfast
menu
beer.
and eat.
I have to go pee. I'll be right back.
I don't normally drink, so we don't know how this is gonna work. I normally get tea, but I think today's gonna be a long day.
He says, well, I'm rested and ready to go.
Sure you are, buddy. Sure you are.
Tell me again, where are we going?
The temple. We're gonna try to get some people healed up a little bit more. They're aching a little bit.
Oh. But
Right?
but I'm doing fine.
I can't remember. Did we agree, or am I just making that up in my own head?
No, I think we were good with that. Alicia, you good with that? Go to the temple so we can get some
Sure.
healing.
But it's not going to be free.
I'll cover whatever the healing is. Probably be much less than that healing potion anyway.
Well, she seems to like you too. She knows information about you. She might actually just try to help out just a little bit for.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to like sell my soul or something. Who knows?
Can clerics sell their souls, or do they lose that?
The paladin loses that. Clerics, I don't know.
Well, if the paladin goes, in essence, behaves in such a way which is not becoming of a paladin, behaves in a way, too strongly against the lawful good alignment, then he could potentially lose his paladin hood, if you will, and be demoted to a simple fighter.
What about the whole Oathbreaker paladin thing?
Oh, are you referring to the anti-paladin?
Anti-paladin,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
we're looking
whole
for.
different thing. In essence, they are the antithesis of what you know a paladin to be.
So basically, it's the Darth Vader of the paladins,
Yeah, you could kind of think of it that way.
or the Saruman of paladins. Sauron.
I love how you held the pizza in one hand and the napkin in the other instead of putting it on the other.
They weren't in the same place out there.
I grabbed some ale and whatever was cheapest on the menu because Pacifica forgot the healing potion, and I told him his shadow was Tiam.
Oh, morning, Pacifica. You forgot the potion, did you?
No, I didn't forget. I just didn't know when I was supposed to go do that. I know we said when the sun was over here, but I didn't know that was today.
Okay.
I thought that was any time when the sun was over here.
You're 100% true. That there's nothing to forget. That information was not provided.
I lean over to Muriel. I lean over and whisper to Muriel, you should just you should just release this poor kid from his torture.
Oh my gosh. What about the meat shield thing?
Oh, that's right. That's true. But who knows? He could have less hit points than Licia.
Well, the DM actually kind of mentioned he was higher than you. He did make that mistake.
That's
He's
true.
coming with us.
He did. So it's
Sometimes
at the
Libra
very
actually
least
breaks
he
the
has
fourth wall.
13. At the very least he has 13. Or 14 if it's higher than me.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Libra's
DM.
breaking the fourth wall.
Meta gaming.
Well, I'm gonna head over to the temple. Anyone want to join me? We
Oh,
can,
yes. Malachi chimes up very quickly. Yes, I will join you.
At this point, Malachi, when I ask if anyone wants to join me, I automatically assume you're gonna be one of them.
Oh, always for the temple, always.
Always. All right. I turn to
shall
Lisa.
join.
You want to come?
Sure.
Libra?
Yes.
We can all go.
Well, Libra, you should probably finish your drink first before you, don't think you should bring that into the temple.
Mm-mm.
I chug it.
That's one way.
And that was a choice.
Mhm.
All right, so everyone, including your new friend Pacifica, are going to the chapel. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Why? Why is he coming?
Because he's one of you
Why not?
now.
I'm not leaving him here.
He's one of us. He's one of us. He's one of us.
He's
One
not
of us.
One
One
of
of us.
One
Ooh,
of
gobble,
us.
ooh, gobble. Uh-huh.
Whatever.
And
Let's
I
go.
Yep, we start walking.
Okay. So
Just chill
I
walking.
don't dare to break out Dungeon Alchemist out of fear that it's going to jack up all the video and stuff on us and the audio like it did previous time. Although I do have the better Wi-Fi now, so but I'm not going to venture to do that right now. So I do have. Let me try this real quick. This might be helpful for everyone. Hang on. Hold that thought.
Careful.
What the
Don't
heck?
hold too hard.
Wait a minute. I have like a generic map of the keep. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up real quick and show that to you
I might
guys.
elbow the wrong way. That's all.
But I'm not going to burden myself too much with that. All right, so as you guys make your way out of the tavern, going from memory, you would head south out of the tavern. You would then head east along the pathway, which splits the shops on your left and the rooms for rent or apartments on your right.
Are you still streaming to YouTube? Because it went black.
Well, yes, we are. The audio's still there.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
checking.
it's because I'm looking at Adobe Acrobat, trying to find that map. So, but yeah, I got your back, just like.
Just checking.
Yep, there you go. So you make your way past Canaan, the trader, Tiam, the provisioner, and you make that left over there as well as you split between the armorer and Tiam, and make your way up past the guild house as you head north and make your way over to the chapel. And you have your group of 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters, clunk, clunk, cling, cling, chatter, chatter, making your way into the otherwise pristine and tranquil chapel.
Hello. Hello. Morning. Hello.
Oh, your presence is not hidden. In here,
Nope.
make of it what you wish. At noontime or so, there are 3 what appear to be locals, commoners, if you will, that are here on the benches or the pews, if you will, that seem to be in contemplation or prayer.
Do you recognize them? I say this to the cleric in our group. That's you.
Which cleric? I'm not a cleric.
Rayla.
Whoever's a worshiper, why are we in this religious place? Do you know any of these people?
Malachi is ahead of you. He's already kneeling at a pew or sitting at a pew.
Shocking.
I just sit at a pew with them, right behind them. Put my head down, pretend I'm praying.
Pretend.
Rayla's gonna put 2 gold pieces in the collection thingy
Oh, good point. Thank
and
you.
then sit down in the front and just contemplate
Crap.
life.
Malachi's poor.
Well, he gives all of his money to the temple. And
That's why he's praying all the time.
we did we have a lump sum somewhere, right?
You're supposed to be the treasurer.
I'm
know.
the treasurer. I thought I was the treasurer.
I don't know. Are you?
I thought you were
I
too.
thought it wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was
It
Rayla.
was me, I thought.
Okay. Then what's Muriel's role?
Nothing.
I know Lisi is the note taker.
That's
I
odd.
thought Libra was she's the map maker.
I can be the moderator. I'll do the
There you
chat
go.
moderation.
Okay, for you, we'll put you are the unofficial official moderator for YouTube when we get to that point, and Rayla is in charge of the group funds.
I'm already watching it. Someone wants us to commit war crimes. I'm all about it.
Oh, that's probably Artie.
Mhm.
Kind of war crimes. Don't tell
We-
Malachi, but I'll be down.
Are there any of the clerics that we normally talk to for healing?
Your
Okay.
alkalites are not here. Does not appear to be anyone from the temple.
You know, I'm tempted to lockpick that door behind the curtain again. Tempted.
No. No. No.
You
No.
can knock on it. You can totally knock on it. I'll be with you on that one. We'll see if we can get someone's
So.
attention to heal up our
We
people a
should
little
try
bit
to
more.
convince Malachi, the oh so religious paladin, to do it.
I mean, he would know the protocol, right? Like, he obviously knows the dance to do in front of the seats and the song to sing and stuff. So I bet he knows.
Songs to sing? Wait,
routine.
what? I didn't sign up for that.
Well, no. When Malachi sits or kneels in front of the bench and does his like stuff,
What is he, a ghost?
So he sing praise?
that's what it sounds like to me.
Chanting. The word is chanting.
What are you drinking today? I mean,
Lots of
I know
coffee.
Libra. I know Libra had a big one, but did you too?
No, I just love
Oh,
life.
Lord. Put you down. All right, I'll put you down. I'm sorry. I just wanted some love. There you go.
Thank you for sharing.
Okay, so what are you guys doing here at the temple?
Committing war crimes, I guess.
No, we are
No.
trying to get people healed up all the way, so we're completely prepared to go back
Mhm.
to the caves.
Well,
think we're
collectively
good.
as a group, Lisi is the only one that's down. She's down 3. That's it.
Oh, shh.
But where we're going, that could be all that it takes. Are we going to a
Mhm.
lower cave?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be smart this time and go to one of the lower, at the very most medium.
Can we
I'm
go
still
to
a
the
level 1.
We're all level 1.
Okay, good. We're all gonna die.
I'm
We
just
can
saying
make
we
a
should go
character.
to the cave that we have a map for
Yes.
with the kobolds.
Yes. And
Because
that
there
has
was
the
a
back door.
extra little
Yeah, we spent what, half a session trying to get into?
No, we ignored it.
that was not the kobolds. That was the hobgoblins cave.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right.
So for those who might be viewing at home or watching this later, I have up on the screen the 2 maps that the players have in their possession that was purchased from someone here in the keep in a very early session. And those maps that I'm showing now, we have in the in-game chat.
Heck yeah.
Hey,
So then I
That was
say,
on April
stop it.
13th.
then I put my head up and say, okay, well, if they're not
How's
here
our
to
life?
heal, should we just head off?
We need to get the healing potion.
Do they do any blessings or anything like that, on a daily basis?
The acolytes
So
are
why don't you
gone.
check behind the curtain? Maybe you'll find something.
I'm not going down that road again. I
It's
wasn't even in
fine.
that road to
You
begin with.
were there for the first time it happened.
Nope, and I think I'm okay. Although I do kind of peek to see if I could, how far the door is, but I don't like open the curtain. I just kind of look at it, see if it's close enough to like tap and run.
I'm sorry,
Is this
say that
ding
one more
dong
time,
ditch?
Libra. Say that again.
I want to see how close the door is to the curtain to see if I can like doorbell ditch.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, I'm doing too much. How close the curtain is to what?
The
To the
door
door.
is
Downstairs, huh?
downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
then
in
that
essence,
part's gone.
without pulling that up again, at the far side, the far end of the chapel is the altar. Okay, several feet, I don't know, 5, 10 feet behind that, there's a row of curtains. Behind the curtain, there's a stairwell that goes down to a door, and that's where. And you're familiar with this because, well, I don't know if Libra is, because you guys
I
had
am. I just
dinner
forgot.
with Josephine Rose, the curate,
And Herschel.
when Hieronymus, when you guys rescued Hieronymus, and you guys had dinner with the three of them, right? With Hieronymus, his wife, and Josephine Rose, and that's when she presented the group with a dagger +1.
Yes.
Are those shining light thingies still at the altar?
Yeah, so above the altar, there is this glowing, pulsating orb of light. Not quite that fast, but kind of a gentle pulsating. Kind of slightly gets bigger and smaller, and as it changes its size, the intensity of the brightness or the illumination kind of coincides with that. Inversely,
Libra,
so as it gets smaller, it gets brighter. As it gets bigger, it dims down a little bit.
how much ale or wine or whatever did you chug before you came over here? Or how drunk are you? Because I really wants to nudge Libra's like, try and eat that. Maybe it's a healing light or something.
I don't need to be healed. I can poke it.
Try and poke it. You know what? I'm down for that.
I can poke it. I will
Yeah.
poke it.
I'm poke it.
I
See
won't.
what
I don't.
happens.
So
But my
I go
ale
and
was
sit down on one of the pews and just put my head in my arm. In my
my ale was
hands.
that big.
so
Libra, poke it.
so Ms. Libra walks her way up onto the dais, in essence the altar, so to speak, and it goes up to the altar itself, right, like the table, and
I look around first to make sure no one's staring at me. I'm
reaches
just kind
up
of like,
and extends her
Valkyr
hand
goes
up
into
into
the
this
shadows.
glowing ball of pulsating light, and you feel a slight warmth with it. And not that it burns,
it's
it
a
just feels
heater.
like comfortably warm, like you had a little heat pack on, right? Just comfortably warm.
It's a heater. I don't think it does anything but heats the place.
Oh, wasn't that beautiful magic then?
I want one.
Stunning orb. We might find one in the caves.
Well, the caves are always so cold.
Pacifica,
Maybe theirs is a different
Pacifica
color.
chimes up very loud, very loud. Hey, what are we doing here?
Oh, she was here to touch the orb. We can go now.
Is there anything here we need to kill?
No, we
No.
came.
Your voice, that can be killed a little. Just
I'll bring him
down.
outside.
Just
I'll take him outside. We'll go outside. We'll go
we all.
observe. We'll
I
keep
think we all
watch.
follow.
Oh,
We'll
keep watch. Okay, yeah. I'll stand outside the door
Mhm.
as
Yeah,
he's really
perfect.
loud.
I won't be far from him.
Rayla, slowly reaches for her bow. The nerves just temptating to shoot an arrow. Again.
Don't
At
shoot
a glowing orb?
him.
No, at
Pacifica.
Pacifica, Prometheus, whatever.
I kind of like put my hand on the bone, like, it'll be done soon. Let's get him to a cave, and maybe we can go to the one with the pit and tell him to run in.
That's the one we've been trying to go.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Can we
Let's do it.
not plan to damage my friend?
You could
Your
have
meat
chosen a smarter friend.
She
Look,
didn't know. You
choosing-
can't blame her on that one.
Let's go.
Fine, let's get out of here.
Let's go to the caves. Let's see what we can find.
Hey,
What
he has
about
horses.
the healing potion?
Hey, what is his name? Because now I have Prometheus stuck in my head. It's not Prometheus.
Pacifica.
It's Pacifica,
Pacifica.
like Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, okay.
I don't
Well,
think he
I'll
has
take
any
Mark.
money.
Licia, he will be your meat shield. He will protect you and take
I feel-
any.
She's got more hit points than Muriel, though.
I feel better having, an extra set of hands.
Wait, how many? I thought Licia had the least of hit points out of all of us.
She's
Muriel,
maxed at 5. She's
What
maxed
about-
at 5.
Licia or Muriel?
No, Muriel.
Me.
Oh damn, you squishy.
Yeah, I need this
Okay.
meat shield. I need this meat shield. Let me-
Well, Rayla
Fine.
says, well, maybe because there's now what 6, 7 of us, we should get the
think we'll
horses
be-
this time. What do you guys think, or do we want to go on foot?
Well, there's nowhere to. Remember, the reason we didn't take them before was because there was nowhere to put the horses once we
The
got
first
there.
time I took the horses to the we took the horses to the caves of chaos. We just hooked them up in the woods right
And
outside
they were
the Valley of the
fine.
Day
Okay.
Rain.
Okay.
It's an option.
Well, we don't have that many horses unless we can convince Pacifica to steal his partner's horses.
Well,
No, he has a
long
horse of his own.
They're long gone.
He brought a horse here. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
we
He
have
brought a
2
horse.
horses. We got my horses, Shadowfax and Shadowheart.
There's
And we
like
have
a lot of us.
And then there's
Pacifica's-
Pacifica's horse that doesn't like Libra.
You know what? Let's bring them for our gear. That way we don't tire on the way. And imagine we're going to be successful in these caves and getting things out.
I can always
Right.
also try and pull the horse from the bag of useful things.
No, we might need that. So
Mhm.
we'll double up. We'll put the slowest people on the horses and then go.
So bringing all 3 or just 2?
Let Pacifica bring his. If he wants to run, he can run
Okay.
off a cliff.
So are we getting
go.
the healing potion or not?
No,
Because
screw the
No.
healing potion.
We're not going to risk. I mean,
that
we'll
was
risk.
the whole reason we came back to the keep.
No, oh God, no. We,
No,
we
that
healed.
was asleep.
We had to come
We
back
needed
to
to
the
heal.
We would have died.
Well, I also didn't realize that Pacifica was going to stay. Now that he is
I will
staying,
go. Look, while you guys are bickering among yourself, yeah, sleeping exactly. While you guys are bickering among yourself, I'm gonna go get the horses from the stable boy. And
I think we're gonna
anyone
need
gonna
them.
come with me, or am I just going alone?
No, we can go. It's closest to the front entrance.
To go.
yeah, we'll all go together.
All right. Does anyone need to stop at the armorer or Libra's boy toys shop or anything for whatever?
No, but while you're getting the horses, me and Alicia or whoever wants to join could try to find her the plant to go in her pot.
I was gonna get it off of the side of the road
Get
because
something
those are
thorny
free
and dangerous.
and not considered stealing.
Well, that's what I meant. We can like walk ahead of them.
We are some of the fastest walkers.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get the
You're off.
horses. And Rayla breaks from the group and walks towards the horse shed thingy. I have to pee really quick. I'll be right back.
And Rayla
I
had
almost-
asked if anyone else needed anything, and Malachi chimes up and it says he wants to stop at the armorer.
Okay.
Ooh,
fine,
all
man.
right. Heck yeah.
Is,
Gotta
that,
love a paladin that wants metal.
is anyone joining Malachi, or is he just going to go to the armorer on his own and meet up with you guys in a few minutes at
Does anyone
the
have
stables?
beef with the armorer
No, I don't think.
that I'm
No,
not
I don't think you
aware of?
guys have burnt that bridge.
Nope. So far,
Okay,
so
all
good
right.
on that one.
Just going with Malachi seems the safest based off of all of the chaos that seems to go on with the rest of this group.
So does that mean Licia is joining Malachi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So Malachi and Licia go to the armorer, Doriana, and as is kind of customary from your experience, you are met by her assistant, her sous chef, so to speak, as to kind of the front face, if you will, the customer liaison here for Doriana. And Malachi, in short, exchanges his longsword, trades in his longsword and a couple of gold pieces as well, in exchange for a broadsword.
Oh.
Interesting.
When we get some extra gold, we'll have to see if we can get anything to beef you up a little bit, Muriel.
I mean, I don't want to get too beefy. It makes it hard to sneak around.
Well, you can wear leather. There's like studded
I
leather.
do. Oh, that's true. That's true. Goodness knows I'm gonna need it.
Ms. Licia, is there anything that you have of interest or need here at Doriana's establishment?
No, but I simply talk with her because my father was a blacksmith and just converse about techniques and stuff.
I think we've kind of crossed that bridge one time before, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, because I think in a previous time she did not have her assistant here with you or with her, and I think she even kind of showed you around the shop a little bit, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So yeah, so she kind of she sees you guys come in and she puts a quick pause on her work and engages in some brief conversation here with you. And kind of, make some basic inquiries about, how things going for you guys, where you heading out today and so on. Nothing like overly personal, is she inquiring about, nor is she really sharing, any useful information.
Very
And now that I
professional.
have it, I have a short sword that I can't use, so might as well sell it. Because it's a -4 penalty to hit because I'm not proficient in it. So no point in carrying it around.
Mm. So if you're looking to sell that, Ms. Doriana takes a look at it. Look at the she's looking it over and she's making comments here and there about craftsmanship, condition of the blade, the hilt, the pommel, and so on. And she offers you 6 gold for it.
Okay.
Didn't we take some other small swords from is either the dogman or I think it was the dogman.
I think we already sold those or traded them for other things with her.
Okay.
And the last time around, we didn't pick up anything, which was my mistake.
We ran. We were in the wrong cave. Choices had to be made.
Yeah, choices have to be made.
We were like, that cave up there. That one.
Oh, and Ms. Muriel, thank you again for my well, you can't see it now. A new set of dice you
green
sent me
screen.
with
my God,
eyes as inclusion, like floating cat eyes.
Nice.
So these have not been like the other green set, which rolled high. So I
Oh, okay,
don't have those
good.
out today, ladies. I have the new cat's eyes. So we'll see how these work out.
I finally got my dice. I have to say, I love the mini
Oh, the little halfling dice, yeah.
No, I love my
halfling dice. Oh, they're so
Yeah.
cute.
I love
I
the
like-
colors of these ones.
Yeah.
I got a nice. She got me a purple set. It looks blue, but it's purple, and then 2 D20 blues.
Yeah.
They're sparkly. They're sparkly. I love it.
Yeah, Muriel's awesome.
I have I like dice. I like buying dice. I like shopping for dice. I like dice artists. I think it's a really cool part of the game.
Etsy.
My fiance asked, since I now have 2 new sets of die, if I'm gonna give him back his set, and I'm like, it was no, because it's mine now. You don't just give it back.
Oh yeah, when my wife saw the first set that she sent me, that kind of emerald green, she got so excited, like she was all about it. Because green's her
dice.
color. Anyway, okay, so a little business going on here at the Amra with Ms. Doriana and her assistant, and the rest of you kind of make your way over to the stables with the stable boy whose name I don't know, and you collect your horses. Now that means that it is time to pay up. Do we know, or does anyone remember offhand what the rate was? Otherwise, I want to try to look it up.
I did write it down. I did write it down.
Who's our note taker?
Horse rental at the keep is 2 silver pieces per day.
Okay, that's half the battle. How long have the horses been there?
They've been there since we got them from the bandits who tried to kidnap those girls.
I remember that. Let me look at some notes here. Now those are the older
we
sessions, so those I actually have notes on.
We did take them out and then we tied them, so you had to pay then too. So they have only been out since we put them back.
When did we take them out?
Remember we tied them to the we tied them to the trees.
First time
Yeah.
we went out together when me and Libra joined the party.
Oh wait, I
Is
think
that-
I do know.
I mean, that was, I think, when you were
I
just
think
telling
that's
me about
technically only been like 3 days.
No, it's
Like
been much
the-
longer than 3 days. Please don't tell me it's only been 3 days since.
Well,
I hate the
I'm word searching my notes here. Oh, and Lisa, I will say, when in OneNote I did a word search for the word horse, and it actually pulled up one of your PDFs. It searched within the PDF.
Good.
So I give credit to OneNote for searching within the PDF for that. Okay, let me see. Session.
But yeah, I think we've only been back to the keep, well, I guess 3 times, so we went back out the 1 day. So I think it's only been like 3 or 4 days.
There's no way we've only in game time it's been 3 or 4 days. There's no way.
I mean,
Okay,
since
hang
I
on.
joined, I
In
think it's
session
only been, like, 2 or
7,
3.
session 7, they then ventured to the Valley of the Day Rain, Gunther riding one of their horses. So that was in
Okay.
session 7. You guys rode the horses up.
Yeah, she paid for all of that because
Yeah,
we took
yeah,
them
yeah.
out when me and her paid.
And
Or
then I
started
have
playing.
notes on session 9, which says they started hearing some local chatter. Excuse me, hang on. Some local chatter about an anti-paladin. We finished the session with the group preparing to embark to the Valley of the Day Rain with their 2 horses. That was session 9.
Okay.
Okay. Then
That was still before me, I think.
that was and then session 11. Session 11. I got a hit on the keyword search horse, but I don't see anything in session 11.
Horsing around. There was some horseplay.
Hang on. Oh, session 17. Hang on.
Somebody got a Charlie horse.
Okay, section 17. Angeline, this is in Licia's notes. Angeline expressed gratitude for Hieronymus' return and offhandedly commented her desire for Pegasus meat to return to the tavern. Disturbed by the idea of feasting on a horse. Okay, that's not it. Rayla departed to check on the horses. Okay. So maybe they've been
Oh,
in
I
there
remember
since
that.
session like 10?
No,
Yeah.
because it was It was when me and her joined. She already paid for a bunch of it. I don't think we started joining till session 12, I think. Hold on.
I wrote down my first session. There you go.
Lisa paid for 5 nights. All right, well then we're gonna just make a round number, kind of an educated guess here, and say that the horses have been there since session 12,
I'm fine with
approximately.
that.
Okay, and the
12,
I lied.
22.
We
and
started
When
at
it
9.
paid,
on session 12, that was October 2nd. It is now October 6th. So that's 4 days. 2, 3, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 days. Because we're
that
now into
seems
the
reasonable.
So at 2 silver per day, 4 days, that's 8 silver times 2, because you have 2 horses. No, or is it 1 silver? It was 1 silver per horse per day, right?
It is 2 silver per horse
Okay.
per day.
Okay. So that's 8.
16
So that'll
silver.
be 16 silver that you owe.
What is the? Let's see if I can find
That's
it. In here.
1.6 gold.
1.6 gold. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give the stable boy 2 gold to first round it up, and also a little tip.
And as always, he is super excited to see gold coins, as that is, he doesn't see them very often at all, like seeing a Benjamin, like seeing a $100 bill. He is ecstatic. This little 10 or 12-year-old boy that he is. He is super
Are
excited.
you so fancy, huh?
Yeah, you should have been there when our first session with the ogre. We found so much money.
Oh, yeah? Where
Oh,
did you
yeah.
find this ogre?
It's the first cave that we went to.
It was early. It was next to the goblins.
Yeah.
So we should head back that way-ish.
Well, we emptied it out, so.
And Pacifica
Maybe he had a neighbor.
Pacifica is geared up. Okay.
Heck yeah. Pacifica, you look ready to roll.
He's geared up in his leather armor. He gathers his horse as well and pays the boy what he asks. So he pays him his 2 silver.
I glare at him, give him a tip.
And he has a very nice saddle on this horse with a couple saddle bags, as you guys, I think you know. And the horse is geared up. The horse is not armored, but Pacifica is. He has his leather armor. He has a huge sword across his back. And he has another sword on the side of the horse as well. He does have a bow with him also. And he has a backpack that he's not wearing at the moment. He has that on the horse as well.
Do I recognize where his bow might have been made?
No.
Okay.
No. It does not appear to be anything outstanding or unusual or special in any way. But he is just a brute force kind of fighter. Basic
Excellent.
leather armor, a big ass sword, and a bow.
Can we ask
like-
him how many hit points he has?
And he's
We need to
super
know.
smart.
I like squeeze his bicep. He was fine. He's probably got more than all of us.
Well, as Libra mentioned before, DM did mess up and say he has more than I do. So at the very least, he has 14.
I think, yeah, I think he's good.
Unless he's lying to us and trying to screw with our
Wait.
heads.
He doesn't
I think
seem
we're
like he
thinking
has.
too much into it.
I am.
Mhm.
I know I am. I'm gonna ride my horse, one of my horses, because I can. They're mine.
'Cause you-
Because
Is
I
any-
can.
And is anyone riding with you, Rayla?
Oh, it's my horse.
Okay. And who's riding the other horse?
Whoever's
They
the
can fight
slowest.
over it.
Whoever's the slowest needs to go on there. I know me and
I think
Vicky are
Malachi
the
is.
2 fastest.
Malachi has a rate of 9.
Mine's 12. So
Alright,
hang on.
Malachi it is, I guess.
2, 4, 6. And you have 7. So you have 7 amongst you, but 3 horses. So you have a maximum potential of carrying 6 people and have 1 person walk. So you're still going to move as, the weakest link, right? You're still only going to be able to move as fast as whoever is walking. or the slowest of those who is walking. So if you throw Malachi on the second horse, that resolves his slow rate of 9. Then of course Pacifica has his horse. So then it comes down to the movement rate of those who are remaining, which would be Libra, Alicia, and Muriel and Balfour. Muriel and Balfour will be relatively quick because they're light armored. So then it's going to come down to Alicia and Libra as to their
Okay,
rates.
mean
But
her.
I will say this, ladies, don't burden yourself with that at this moment, because the movement rate for the 2 or 3 miles that you're going to be walking is not going to be hugely impactful in terms of our time. But let's remember, what's more important on our time is the time of day which we're leaving. You guys didn't start your day realistically till after lunch because you guys slept in, you rested up, had some lunch, and kind of got yourself together as a group and took care of some small business errands here at the keep. So approximately 2 o'clock or so in the afternoon. So the sun is approximately here. Okay, it's gone from here over to here.
All the way.
Okay, and Pacifica is geared up. He's ready to go. Like he's anxious. He's excited. He's ready to go.
Good, good.
I say
I
the
think it's
slowest one of the
okay.
horses me and Alicia can walk to find her plant.
Balthier and I are both 12.
Oh, good.
Movement,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're pretty quick. So, who puts? I can throw someone up with Pacifica.
Well, everybody who's walking is at a 12,
It's
so
12. Excellent.
I guess
Let's
it really
do
doesn't
her.
matter. We don't have to continue to talk about
No,
this.
it's really, yeah, I agree. It's really not going to be that impactful, right? Whether you're moving at a rate of 9 versus 12 or 15, you're only going to matter of a couple miles. So it's not going to be that, we're not trying to rush in a very small area who can kind of get away from the bad guy or attack him first. And we're not talking how many miles can I travel in a day. So it's not going to have a huge impact. But I have here up, let me show this with the players as well. Give me a second. Share this with the players. I'll share you the map that we're working with here. The one that you ladies are familiar with. I do have it streaming on YouTube. Okay, so you see the keep there on the left-hand side of the map. The red line is the roadway that you've become familiar with. That roadway leads you up to the Valley of the Day Rain. The Valley of the Day Rain is the valley where the caves of chaos lie, and that is the destination of the group. The Valley of the Day Rain is called such because it rains every day from sunrise to sunset. Varying degrees of rain from a light mist to a heavy torrential downpour, but it rains all day, every day, regardless of the weather elsewhere or in the immediate surrounding area. So as you ladies, excuse me, kind of make your way down the hill, if you remember, from the keep, or even before you do, you go through the same checkout process, right? Where you got to state your name, state your business. The captain of the watch is just outside. The double porticus that you have to go through, and the drawbridge, and so on, and the Charlie Brown lemonade stand. The old man scribe writing everything down. State your name, state your business, and you guys kind of get through that process. And begin making your way down the hill from the keep down to the main road. Make that left-hand turn heading in the easterly direction to then make your way on up 2 to 3 miles, I believe it is, to the road doesn't end. I want to say the end of the road, but it's not the end of the road. It's the end of the road for your destination, okay? Because where it ends there on the map is where the entranceway, if you will, on your left-hand side, that little deer path, so to speak, the very narrow, worn-down footpath through the trees, that's where that pathway is, which leads you into the Valley of the Day Rain. So, Alicia, can you roll me a d6, please?
5.
Thank you. So you guys venture up to the end of the red line. And you find, as you have before, around that area there are a couple of hitching posts which have large metal rings on them for the purpose of hitching up your beast of burden to that so they don't wander off. What you guys have done in the past, I believe, is taken the horses, whatever, 20 or 50 feet into the trees and tied them up to a tree in hopes that, someone doesn't see them and take them. So what you guys want to hitch them up here roadside so they're perhaps a little safer and not in the trees, but at greater risk of being seen? Or do you want to bring them into the trees and hitch them up to the trees?
In the trees.
I'd say really, yeah, you would know because it's your horse. You would feel more comfortable.
Okay, so I hear in the trees. So let me see. So you guys are going to kind of bring them into the trees a little bit, 20, 40, 50 feet or so, and kind of tie them up to a tree and leave them there with fingers crossed, hopes for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do they have they've fed this morning.
Yes, the stable boy took care of that for you. Yes.
Oh, did you find your plant?
So
Lucia?
yes, excellent question. Thank you for the reminder to all of us. Why is that map not showing? That's crappy. So you, along your way, you don't have any difficulty finding some sort of flower or some little clump of grass to kind of dig out and put into your small little clay
Anything
pots
sharp?
that you have.
Anything
Anything
sharp?
thorny?
Is it thorny?
Yeah. Spiky.
So we find
Dangerous.
like a vine.
From the perspective of the spell, that's not going to be relevant because it will grow and entangle and entwine either way.
What about
But
poison ivy?
to answer your question, no, it is not thorny.
What about poison ivy?
It don't have to be magic to do
Poison
damage.
ivy in this game?
Let's switch here. I'm switching maps here for you ladies. Oh, crap. Okay. So hopefully it's okay. There you go. It populated for you. It's not showing on YouTube for reasons I don't understand. Let me see if I can figure that out real quick without effing everything up, because I'm good at that. I'm good at that. Let's see if this helps. No, let's see. Okay. Well, that's gonna suck for people watching, I think. Okay, so I'll work on that here though. So you guys see the map there? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit though,
Yes.
make
Yeah.
it kind of fit. I'm not sure why it's not filling the whole thing here. Yeah. All right, so you guys enter from your usual location, which is approximately here. And to the south, cave D and E is where, as a group, you guys have been before. Cave D, you guys had some goblins down over there. Oh, I got to unpaint some more of this. Cave E was the ogre. And then actually you guys made it a little further, so let me unpaint some more. Over here, this is when you get transitioned, I think, into the hobgoblins as I'm unpainting. You can see this, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it was down over here that you had a charmed friend who stood watch and was brutally slayed by your charmed or by the half orc who you set free in your rescue of Hieronymus.
We didn't think of all the details.
Because I believe room 24 there was where Hieronymus was. And then you had something like this, and you said, oh, let's go over here to cave E, and we're going to break down that door, or cave F, excuse me, only to later realize that it probably connects over here. And then cave J here in the south, in the bottom left corner, that's where you last were last session, where you took a little bit of a beating. On the north side of the valley, Valley A or Cave A is where you guys found Muriel. You kind of found her in that pit. And I don't recall if you guys had made your way into Cave C or B. I think you did. I just don't recall enough to, unveil that.
Nope. Not
Honestly, I don't think
something
we did.
that.
Okay, so.
All right, let's see. So the question is, where do you want to go now?
I say Cave A because we have the map,
Yes.
and there is a little sliver along the left-hand side right before the pit that allowed you to go to where the rats were, and we never
Hmm.
never fully
Well, we got.
went through
It-
that.
Isn't that the one where I made friends with the dogman?
Yeah.
We killed the king and queen, remember?
Yeah, but there was a locked room, and there was also that on the left-hand side of the pit that we never explored. There could be treasure in there.
That's true. That is very true.
If I fall in again, I blame you.
Hmm. You know,
We have a map that shows a different way to go.
and I've learned a
Oh,
thing or
wait.
two
All right,
since I fell
so
in.
of those two
Myself.
maps, Licia, in the in-game chat on April 13th, are you thinking the first one or the second one?
I think it was the second one, but let me just double check. Because it shows the pit and it shows. Let's see, Discord's being slow for me.
I believe it was B, right?
Well, isn't there a chance that that map is a cave that we haven't even touched yet?
Certainly.
No, there's one that we haven't touched. But there is also one that looks very much like the man one. So where it is in our the first map we haven't explored, but the second map, if I'm looking at it correctly.
The second
it-
map reminds me of
No,
that one. Isn't that where we killed the children?
sorry,
No, I think the children was down bottom
What?
in cave
It
cave
was
DE
A,
over
I
here.
believe.
Over here, I think it was the children somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was like a couple rooms before we got to Hieronymus and his wife and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
so
Cave A
so
shows
as
the
you guys
pit
make your
and
way
the
into the
road.
Valley of
if
the
you look
Day
in the
Rain,
second map,
and
There's-
you immediately feel that light drizzle type rain begin to fall upon you as you make your way in. From where you're standing here, your vantage point, if you will, you can easily see caves D, E, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, and you also see F. You see J as well, essentially all the caves that you've been to. On the far end, if you will, directly due west of you, looking straight ahead up the hillside, you do see some additional caves. You can see 3 from where you are that you guys have not yet explored. One of them, there is one that is at the same level, if you will, a lower cave, same level as A, D, and E, directly across from you. Not to say it's of the same
Sure.
caliber, if you will, but there is one that would be considered, I would kind of consider a lower cave. And then you have B, C, an unknown one, and F, which would be on the second tier or the next level of caves. And then going into the third level, which is about 75 feet up, you have a cave due west of you, straight ahead, which has been unexplored. And then at the top tier was Cave J, which you ladies were bold enough to try and did okay with.
I have a question, DM.
I have an answer.
Do we see any horses resembling the horses that what's his name again? P something.
Pacifica. Pacific
is
Ocean.
Pacifica.
Pacific
hanging
Ocean.
on?
That's an excellent question. You do not. You do not see any horses that are tied up here to the hitching post or were tied up to the hitching post, nor do you see any along your travel from hitching post through the path through the trees to the valley of the Day Rain.
Can I search for like possibly fresh horse tracks or whatever?
You can because you are a ranger. So
Mhm.
let's pull up those numbers as to those abilities. And I don't know why the mapping software, which you ladies see, will not show on YouTube. It shows the application, but it just shows a black screen. And I really don't know why.
I wonder if so
don't
they
know
do
why.
that for things where you don't have license to share. Like let's say for example, I on my computer put up a movie on Netflix
Mhm.
and then streamed it to you all. Discord knows how to deal with that and will put a black box over the screen that is being shared
But it's not
to
Discord
prevent.
it's not Discord that's blocking it out. It's OBS.
Oh, it's OBS.
Yeah, it shows the
Then that's a
application
setting
itself.
of some sort.
Let me try something. Yeah, it shows the application itself, but just shows it like the actual map itself, showing it all black. It's not showing it. Yeah, that doesn't help. So, well, it is what it is.
Sure.
Those who might be watching, I'm going to switch back over to Discord instead of. Hang on. Instead of the mapping software, and we'll just have to keep an eye on that in Discord if anyone really wants to see that. There you go. Best I can do. Again, amateur, not professionals. I'm not paying for software. It's not that important to us.
We're just having fun.
That's right. All right. So you have options. Many options. Oh, I'm sorry. Rayla wants to check for horse tracks. Okay. So Rayla, do you have that on your screen? What chance do we have of finding something here?
Oh, hang on, I have to find it, pull it up.
All right.
I'm
So
so sorry.
that is page 24 of the 1E AD&D Player's Handbook.
What you said 24?
Page 24.
All right, hang on, just pulling the
Did you know that as a ranger, when fighting humanoid type creatures of a quote unquote giant class, ranger adds 1 hit point, like temporary hit points for each level of experience they have attained to the hit points score. And I'm sorry, no, to the hit points scored, to the hit points of damage scored. So you get +1 damage when fighting creatures such as bugbears, Eatons, giants, gnolls, which we fought last time, goblins, hobgoblins, which you've fought both before, kobolds, ogres, orcs, trolls. So keep an eye,
Wow.
be aware of that. Try to remember that. You get +1 damage.
Ah, cool.
Okay, tracking. Let's see.
There is. Hold on.
If they're going along, let me see. Outdoors. Outdoor chance is a 90% base chance of a ranger being able to follow a creature, modified as follows. For each creature above 1 in the party being tracked, for every 24 hours that has lapsed between making the track and tracking.
But is that at level 8 those? Or am I just reading this wrong?
No, that was no. If you're looking at bullet point number 4, that's at 8th level you gain limited druidic spells.
Druidic skill ability. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Yep.
And then for each hour of precipitation is a modifier. So I guess the question is, outdoors 90% chance of a ranger being able to follow a creature. But follow means you would have to have seen them or known them to be there already versus just looking for a random track and finding that. To follow is different than interesting. Interesting. Anyone have any thoughts on that, on their interpretation of that? I'll read it again verbatim. Outdoors, there is a base 90% chance of a ranger being able to follow a creature, modified as follows. Depending upon the conditions. Being able to follow a creature. So if you're following someone, does that not mean that you recently you saw them maybe, right?
Or
What do you,
you know who you're looking for.
right. So, what do you guys
Like, for
think?
example, you can follow the tracks of someone you know came this way, even if it was a few days earlier. If you have a good suspicion to think they went this way, I mean, because you can follow people incorrectly.
Well, correct. Sure. Sure.
So it would be my assumption that if you know both the direction or estimate the direction someone's heading and you know who they are and what you're looking for, I would say that was follow.
Okay. So would we
Versus searching means you don't know
right,
what your
okay, and
goal
that's what
is.
again, I guess, it's searching, right? So under these circumstances, could we say that Rayla could track a bear because you're in a valley and there's possibility that could be a bear there? Would that be tracking or would that be like searching for?
I would
So,
say
If you
tracking
have
so she knows what she's going for.
if there's prints, then she's tracking.
right, okay, so that would
If
apply
they're
either
prints she
way.
can identify,
Sure.
can she identify these
I
prints?
got you.
If she
Okay.
can, then she's
All right,
at
so
that
Ms.
point.
Rayla, if you want to roll me a D100, please.
Okay, going. D100. 90.
Okay. You search here throughout your path, your deer, I call it the deer path, the deer trail, throughout your little footpath through the trees from the road to the valley, as well as the immediate area here around you, undeterred by the rainfall, and you find no meaningful tracks that you can identify of any kind of animal or any kind of creature. Let me clarify, humanoid, animal, whatever. You find nothing.
Okay.
Man, why don't we enter cave?
Yeah, which cave do you guys want to do?
Do we want to fight
Honestly,
or do we want to loot?
What's the difference?
we can go into a brand new cave if you guys want.
I don't really care.
Then let's go to the one we have the map for. Eh?
All right.
Well,
Hey.
if we go into A, keep in mind that we didn't finish off the kobolds and entirely because there was that big room of them. But there is that little pathway on the left-hand side, according to the map, that will lead us to a different room.
Okay.
So as a reminder, in that cave A, about 20 feet in was the pit that you guys had found Muriel. Somewhere along your travels in that cave, Libra made nice with one of the local kobolds with some shinies. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny.
Dogman. There's a dogman.
And made kind of friends with him. And he gave you the tour of the cave
Right.
to a point. And he led you guys down to this large room here, to the bottom, I'll say to the bottom right, but relative to the cave, due east of the cave, that large room. And there were many kobolds in there, as that was their common room, their kitchen, their sleeping quarters, their everything kind of room.
It was dogmen that I made friends with.
And
They were the kobolds.
and the small
you just called them
room,
dogmen.
the small room
Oh,
above
that's right.
that
That's right.
large one, is where some combat had ensued, and that's where she made friends with one of these guys. And I believe he even went so far as to tell you that at the end of the hallway here, to the left or to the west of this east-west hallway, was a storeroom or something. But it was, if I remember correctly, it was locked, and he did not have access to that. I'm going to kind of zoom in here a little bit for you guys, see if that helps.
Hey, I'm down for anything as long as we don't take 30 minutes to try and figure out where we're going.
Sometimes the best key to a locked door is a giant sword.
Yeah, I say we go back into the cave we didn't finish. Because
I'll
if there's
drink
a
it up.
king in there, they have money.
Now, does anyone remember if you guys had done, I guess really for Rayla perhaps, if you guys had done anything with cave C and D, B and C? Does that look or sound familiar?
B, I
Honestly,
believe. Not C, but B, I believe.
I honestly don't recall.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
Well, oh, you guys can't see
Because
me.
we left pretty quickly after killing the king and queen dog thingy.
We killed the king and queen up so where it goes down and over and into that room.
Okay.
The king and queen were above.
So, okay, so to that point, as a point of clarity, to save me from going back and looking at my notes, in this cave that we're talking about with the pit, right, where Miro was, the kobolds, because Rayla just said the king and queen, you did fight the chieftain, if you will,
Yes.
from what you remember. Okay, then and I was kind of thinking that too, but I wasn't certain, so I didn't want to. So let me unpaint that.
Yeah, because I went into that room. We killed the king and queen where it goes up, right where you're at now.
Yep.
No, we moved that direction, but we did go there.
Oops.
We
Yeah.
didn't go in the room. Your friend went into the room,
Yeah, I
closed
peeked
the
in.
door, and came back out.
I peeked in.
And
I
we're
ran out.
talking about this room here, right?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I peeked in and said, "Oh crap, big dude," and ran.
Okay. So
Yeah, 'cause
you didn't. There was no combat. Did not ensue as a result of room 5.
No, A5,
No.
that's where I found the gold chain. And we're talking about A, right?
Yeah.
No, B, right?
No.
wait,
This is cave
'cause
A.
This is cave A, because I
Oh,
in my
then yeah.
notes, I took a tooth and a claw from both the alpha and the beta, and I found the gold chain in room A5.
That's right. Yeah, no, so no B.
Alpha,
No B.
beta, and 3 dead. That's what I have
Yeah.
for that thing there.
And I'm
Yeah.
seeing in here. Yeah. There
Never touched B.
that there was a gold chain about his neck. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing
I think
anything
that's
for
it.
cave
I
B
Okay.
or the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. Cave C. Yep.
I say we go back in and loot then. And then if it's obviously right by B, we could possibly see there's an exit.
Let's make a decision. Come on, I'm itching to go fight. Let's go.
A.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's
That's
go.
the one
We
who was
can do it.
causing trouble at the keep.
Mhm.
Huh? What?
Hey, what are
You
we
were
doing?
Causing trouble at the keep.
Pacifica shouts.
We're going into this cave.
We're going into the cave, just like you wanted, man.
Mhm.
Shut up.
Which one?
I'll
Follow us.
point to that one and be like, the one that you suggested, and point to the one we plan on going into.
I didn't suggest anything.
No, oh, I'm sorry. Your group alluded to a specific cave yesterday.
We did?
Well, your group had all, mentioned that there were great riches in these caves and that we should start in the back, so we're gonna head in the back. It wasn't super clear, so we're kind of searching.
I
This
start
is just a
walking.
suggestion from your crew.
It says in the back. That one's over there.
Oh, so you know which one.
No, what?
Back is a relative term, and we're just
And
walking.
he kind of turns
As I-
around, looks behind him.
See, now your back is backwards, and we're walking.
Please stop confusing the poor meat shield.
Clearly, he needs to remain confused. For
All
a
right, so
little while.
you ladies, let me zoom out here on the map here for just a moment. You guys can still see that, yes?
Yeah.
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
So you guys started here, kind of the red dot on the right-hand side of the page, and making your way up here to Cave A, which is kind of barely up the hillside, if you will. Can Muriel, can you roll me a d6, please? and I thank
Sure
you.
thing. That's a 5.
Okay. And hang on. I need someone to roll something else. Where are my notes? Hang on one second. Ms. Lieber, can you roll me a D10, please?
A 1.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, um, do you guys venture into the tree cluster for the shortest distance from point A to point B, or do you walk around the tree cluster?
Let's go around the tree cluster.
I
And
don't mind.
Short
I think
Tree
we went
cut
through
cluster
last
looks
time.
lead
mighty
to long.
suspicious.
Yeah, this
oops.
is gonna be great.
And
Shortcuts lead to long delays.
ladies, tell me as we're getting ready to venture into this cave, what is going to be the marching order? What's your formation? Assuming
Well, our plan is gonna be
you guys have been here before. You have a map, presumably. So it's you know it to be 10 feet wide, so you can comfortably fit 2 abreast.
Pacifica goes in first.
Or
Okay.
Malachi.
And who's with
perhaps.
Pacifica? Malachi or Rayla?
And then maybe
Probably
Balfour
Malachi.
might be looking for he's not, sure of himself enough to be the first one in, but he'll be keeping a sly eye for traps.
Balfour can't. He's human. He can't see.
So Malachi, and so is
Oh,
Pacifica
Malachi's
for
the one
that
that can't
matter.
see.
Malachi.
Yeah,
So
they both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Pacifica
elf.
and Malachi I have listed as the first 2 in. Who's behind them?
I'll go in front of with Pacifica because he can't see, and then if someone wants to go with Malachi because he can't see.
I'll go with Malachi.
No, I'll go. I have higher hit
Okay.
points than you. No
I'll
offense.
go with Balfour.
I'm only down 3.
So who are the first? Yeah, you only down 3. What's important is how many you have.
Yeah.
Who are the first 2 in?
Me and Pacifica.
And then it's gonna be me and Balfour.
Libra,
Malachi.
Pacifica. Hang on.
Malachi, sorry, Malachi.
And
You're
Rayla.
fine.
Whoops.
I do
And
have my darts in
Malachi.
my hand.
Yeah, I got my bow
And
ready.
who's behind Malachi and Rayla?
I guess
believe that is
am.
no. Or do you want the rear? Because I can go with Balfour, or you can
Okay.
go with Balfour and or I can go with you and we can make Balfour take 6. Let's do that.
That's
that 'cause he's
that's right
strong.
up his alley.
Yep.
All right, Licia and Muriel. All right, so Libra and Pacifica, Malachi and Rayla, Licia and Muriel, and Balfour pulling up the rear.
Yep.
Okay. Now that we have that
Done.
worked out.
Balfour would ready
Okay.
a ranged weapon.
Yeah, I have my
just
bow
to
ready.
have.
Let me move this over here.
Yep, and I have my darts.
Oh,
Do we have a
shit, shit's moving
visual of
around.
Balfour? Does anyone know what he looks like?
No, I don't think we do.
Can I play with him then?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. I want to give him character. I want him to be
Aren't we
fleshed out a
technically
little
getting
bit.
rid of him though? Wouldn't that be?
Well, what if
You can
Muriel
play
dies?
if you want. Do it.
Okay. So
I think you're the only one that wants to get rid of him at this point, Libra.
Right.
all right, let me do this.
And
I
who
have-
knows?
I
Maybe he'll
have s-
die in the next session or 2.
Okay, as you
Come on.
guys
Killed with
Poor
him.
guy.
as you guys make your way and kind of round the, I'll say the corner here of the tree cluster, making your way over to the cave, I'm going to kind of put you, let me do this color. I'll give you a nice bright blue. As you guys are about there, you are, those on your right, Pacifica, Rayla, Muriel, I kind of caught off guard. because
Ooh.
as you guys are around the corner here, I want to zoom in.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are around the corner, I need a much smaller pencil. Hang on. On your right-hand side here, you see a rather, well, I guess they're large by default, but you see a rather large black bear who is slowly walking his way your direction.
And does he look like a normal black bear? Like, or does he look like a zombie black bear? Or does
No,
he look like
he's just
like
a black bear in the
raging?
woods. No, just a black bear
Oh,
outside. Yeah.
I
Sure,
would
it's not a
tuck myself
druid.
back behind the tree and just kind of.
I toss an apple.
Oh gosh, objective not to be seen.
Well, he's
Oh,
just walking right at us.
I want to know if this is a bear or if it's a druid.
I say he's walking right at us, so he sees us. So I'm gonna toss an apple behind him to try to get his attention the other direction.
As
Way we
Muriel
go.
slowly kind of fades into the tree line, like Homer Simpson disappears into the hedges
yes,
Yes.
Alfear is with me too. We're just like,
Yep.
and slowly
Alfear
disappears.
and I gone.
Homer and Bart fade in into the tree
Where'd
line,
the thieves go?
Does
and
he fall for my apple trick?
and Pacifica, and Libra tosses some rations his way. Now, mind you, he's a little bit of distance here from. He's probably about 50 to 100 feet, or actually about 100 feet or so from you. So you toss some rations out in front as far as you can, which doesn't get but so far, probably maybe 15, 20 feet from you. And Pacifica pulls out this giant, big ass sword that's probably has a 4-foot blade on it.
I look
That
at
looks
Pacifica
great,
and say,
Pacifica.
"Do not touch the bear."
And
He's
he
just
is
living
at
his
the ready,
dream.
Pacifica.
You only use that sword if he's trying to eat your face. That's the only time you can use your sword on that poor bear.
But he's
Have you
dinner,
not
he
had that?
says.
No, he's
No,
not.
he's not.
It's not dinner time, friend.
You just
Come
ate
back into the
2 hours
bushes.
ago.
But-
Go hide.
But
Yeah.
bears are yummy.
We continue to walk. I kind of pull them by the arm and continue
They're
to
also
walk.
heavy.
Isn't he on a? No, we left the horse. Oh my god! Wow. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay. I'm like, we're on horseback though. Like, no, we're not.
Nope, no, you're not. All right, so I have the two of you in the tree line. Libra and Pacifica are kind of up front here. And what about Malachi? Well, I'll speak for Malachi, but what about Rayla and Licia?
I'm gonna be up front too. Like I said, I want to see if this is a real bear or if it's gonna be like a druid or something.
That's a
And
really great
Licia?
question.
I will follow behind them, but mostly keeping an eye on what they're doing because I don't like the idea of a bear being attacked for no reason.
Oh, it won't be attacked for no reason. Like I said,
I won't
Only
allow
way-
it. I'll push him in
There's
front of the bear
defense,
first.
and there was there's defense, and then there's just plain attacking.
And Pacifica's getting antsy, like a child doing a pee-pee dance. He's getting excited.
I look over to Pacifica and say, "Go hide in the goddamn trees."
I'll
What-
step out.
It's
so
like,
he can see
why
me
do I
again
need
and
to
be like,
hide?
I just grab
because
Can't trust you not to kill
it
this
would
bear.
be it would be
for no
really
reason.
cool if you were complacent a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of grab him
It's
by
real
his
easy.
arm and kind of pull him.
Come play who? I'm not here to
Pull it
play, he
forward.
says.
Exactly. We're here to watch, and I drag him into the bush.
Thank you, because I was about to shoot him. Again.
I was trying to drag him ahead just to try to get him away from the bear.
Okay.
How big is this black bear?
I don't know. 700, I don't know how
The
big is a
size
black
of a
bear.
black bear?
700 pounds, 1,000 pounds.
Really big.
Okay, so a typical size bear.
Yeah. Like there's nothing
just
in
get
that
one
sense. In that sense, there's nothing unusual about this bear. He's just a big ass. He's a big bear. Bears are big. He's a black bear.
They are.
Mm,
Danger,
Does he have any
danger.
like weapons sticking out of him, like arrows or spears or
Oh.
whatever?
No, he
have a
does
spear
not.
sticking out of his head?
But
Okay.
he is slowly walking to you guys. He gets to a point of about 20 feet. He pauses and starts sniffing at the ground at the rations.
And now we run.
Go,
Just
go,
to
go,
get out of
go.
his way. Just to get out of his way.
You walk calmly away. Have you not
Okay.
seen any survival videos?
Okay, so
No.
let's
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have.
help me out here. What do we use for colors? What color's Libra?
Green.
And
all green. All of them want to be
Malachi is
green.
usually blue, is it?
Yes,
Rayla?
that's what I picture as paladins.
Purple.
Paladins are as blue.
What color for Rayla?
Rayla's purple.
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 Alicia?
I'm usually yellow or orange.
Muriel?
Pink.
Pink
And Balfour?
is black.
We can say black, yeah. Or
Okay.
brown. Black or brown.
All right, and for those who might be watching, as you see, we do not use any fancy VTTs. Of course, you guys can see the map here on Discord, but we don't use any VTTs, so there's no tokens to move around. I'm just using a simple program called paint.net, and we paint dots and erase dots, and that's how we do our visual aid for combat. Super simple. All right, what color should we make Pacifica? Orange?
Clear like
Orange?
his brain.
Fiery.
Orange.
Just say clear like his brain.
Or
Oh my God.
vomit colored.
Or red for muscle. Okay.
No.
Well, red makes me think bad guy.
No,
Yeah, well, usually we use that for dead bad guys, but
All right, so
Okay,
we're walking away from the bear.
so you guys are, well, actually, Libra starts running away from the bear, heading up towards the cave. Let me zoom out here a little bit.
Does he turn and chase her?
It was instinctual.
And Libra is green. Let's get a green dot for Libra. I'll kind of put you here for the moment as you begin to kind of run away. And next to Libra was Pacifica, who we said was orange, or will be orange. And then we have, oh, I'm sorry, you had pulled him into the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
So I stand corrected on that. So who is not in the tree line? I have Muriel, Balfour, and Pacifica in the trees. Rayla and Alicia, what are you guys doing?
I'm standing right out there just watching the bear. Like I said, want to see if it's a bear or a druid.
And Libra's running off on her own.
Yeah.
And how about you, Ms. Alicia?
I guess I'll be right behind Rayla and Malachi.
Oh, that's a terrible color.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's what we got. And Ms. Libra is making a sprint up the hillside, heading towards Cave A, as the rest of you are kind of here, scoping out this bear, as he is scoping you out. So as Ms. Libra makes a dash up the hillside across the fields, the black bear stops his sniffing of the food and turns his head and watches her as she runs away.
I stopped probably right next to the other tree. Not
And
the one in front of the
He
cave
seems
door.
a little
but-
disinterested in her. Oops. Seems a little disinterested in her. He also seems a little disinterested in these rations. And he kind of stands up on his hind quarters, his hind legs, and lets out a bit of a roar
Look
that
at that.
that a bear might make. And then lets himself down to all fours and just kind of holds his position.
What a beautiful.
I'm gonna say
specimen.
hi. I'm gonna take a couple steps and to go say hi.
Oh no.
And
I don't think this is Halcyon.
Pacifica
While
says,
she is distracting the
Pacifica
bear,
says,
the
"See,
rest of
I
us-
could have taken a shot. I could have shot him. I could have shot him."
Yes, but instead,
I hiss back at him, shut up or I'll shoot you.
Yeah, Balfour and I will drag Pacifica while this distraction is occurring and hustle to catch up with Libra.
Oh, so you want to make your way kind of around.
As soon as Rayla steps out and is like starts talking to the bear, that's when Balfier and I just instinctively are like, oh no, this we go. And I grab Pacifica as like a second thought, like, oh shit, yeah, no, you come too.
Okay, let's see what I have for pink. That's kind of pink. See, now we might need to talk about movement rates. Let's see. Okay, so that's about what we got, right? Over here, making a run for it, is Balfier, Muriel, and Pacifica. We have Rayla, who thinks she's going to talk to a bear, and Licia, who has her back, no pun intended, and as well as Malachi are kind of here. So you got the three of them here, as Rayla is trying to talk to a bear who just got on his hindquarters and let you know that he's here.
Have none of you seen the Leo movie?
I have, and I have
No.
to say I didn't care for it.
It was really
Huh?
long.
What?
It was
What?
extremely.
The movie that Leonardo finally won his Academy Award over, the one where he got attacked by a bear.
He is in a movie where he gets attacked by a bear.
Yeah, what movie's that?
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
He won an award.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
speak in half of it. More than half of it.
I think they
What's
just
it
got
called?
tired of complaining about not winning anything all
Okay.
these
Such
years.
as an R, like revolution or something like that.
Redemption.
Redemption, something.
All right, so ladies, on our map, this is a
Oh, it's
10-foot
terrible.
scale. Okay, so east to
YouTube.
west.
What is the name of the
1,
movie?
2, 3, 4. You guys are about 40 feet from the ongoings here. Before I let me see if I can clarify that.
I wasn't by the cave entrance. I was where I was at before.
Oh,
I
yeah,
stopped right
okay,
there.
so you're stopping and holding?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's what I
Okay.
was trying to tell you.
Okay. What is the movement rate, please, of Balfier and Muriel?
We're both 12 feet.
12. Okay, so that's 120 feet. So let's be a little more whoops. Let's be a little more accurate and realistic here on that. 120 feet. Okay, so that means that you will make your way up
The
to
Revenant.
Ms. Libra in that round. And pink. Whoops, that's not pink. And we're also using orange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Slightly bigger dots just because I'm trying to get better at the size, the dots that we need to use relative to the size of the grid. Not that you guys are any bigger or anything, but okay. So Ms. Rayla, I want to turn back to you, focus on you, as you're the one who's taking action here to try to interact with this black bear. So Libra took a sprint for it and stopped here at the trees after the bear smelled her food and was not so interested and watched her run away. Subsequent to that, three other of your party members have said, you know what, I'm getting the hell out of here too. And they sprinted on up and have met up with Libra as well. Remaining, Malachi, Licia, and Rayla is trying to talk to this bear saying hello. And this bear is essentially unreactive to your greeting.
Okay. So while facing the bear, I start walking backwards to join in a calm, collective manner to join the other people.
Okay, I mean, they're kind of right behind you, within 10 feet.
No. To the other tree cluster.
Oh, okay. So you're going to slowly kind of walk backwards, kind of walk away and make your way up. Okay.
Yeah, well, keeping my eye on the bear, but making sure I'm a calm presence, not just sprinting.
And Ms. Licia?
I'm also going to keep my eye on the bear and slowly start making my way, following her.
I'll walk in front of you. Just.
Ms. Licia, if you can, Ms. Licia, if you can roll me a d6, please.
Oh, dear God.
A 6.
Okay. So as you guys begin to slowly turn backwards and walk backwards a bit, and stop making your way up towards the rest of the group, walking backwards here, walking backwards slowly, walking backwards, walking backwards. The bear kind of doesn't do anything per se, just kind of watches you guys slowly walk backwards. And he seems very disenchanted, as if you were just a blip in his day. And he begins to make his way back into the tree line.
I want to make him my friend now if he's going to be that docile.
Yeah, no, that's what yeah, I kind of want to go
The
after him
reason
too.
he's docile, and it's because no one forced themselves on the bear.
Leave the bear alone.
If he's still out here when we get back out, I'm with you, Rayla. We will find him and we will get him to be
And
our
we
friend.
will
and
eat
he'll be
him.
my
Bears are tasty,
Oh,
says
No.
Pacifica.
I'll pound that.
He will be
Ooh,
my mount.
Pacifica, no one cares. Shut up.
Bears are tasty.
I swear to God, if you touch that bear and hurt it, I will kill you. That is a pact I'm making right now.
You are an interesting cleric.
He laughs at you.
All right.
Muriel,
Yeah.
if your pet tries to hurt an innocent creature, I will slit its throat.
If you slit his throat, he won't be my pet anymore.
I don't care.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, he'll be free to do what he likes.
No,
So
he'll be
it's
dead.
not my problem. Yeah, exactly. Free in all the
Okay.
ways.
All right, so ladies,
Can we
as you
hurry
make
up
your
to
way
the
up to
cave?
the cave entrance here, kind of regrouping yourselves and getting back into your formation, so to speak, with Balfour pulling up the rear, always looking over his shoulder to make sure that the bear is not returning, or anything else for that matter. The cave entrance is very organic, very natural. It truly just blends into the hillside at the cusp of the tree cluster that it seems to be at the base of, as the trees kind of continue up the hillside, and that's where this cave lies. It is similar to the others that you have encountered so far, where it's approximately 10 to 15 feet across, or in its width. It starts out kind of small. The actual cave entrance is only about 8 feet, but as soon as you take a step or two in, it kind of opens up and gets a little taller. And I have Libra and Pacifica up front. Pacifica cannot see in the dark, followed by Malachi and Rayla. Malachi also cannot see in the dark. They are the two amongst you who are of the human type, who therefore do not have the benefit of having their innate infravision and cannot see in the dark. So they are at that disadvantage.
I turn to Rayla and like, okay, so with him not being able to see, do I lead him to the pit or do we really want to use him as a meat shield?
We're leading him into a pit. I'm gonna turn to Pacifica and ask, Pacifica, my friend, you came here for adventure, yes?
Yes, well, for treasure.
Yes. Well, treasure generally one begets the other. Anyway, you
Begets?
must have come prepared.
Begets? What?
Yes. You know you're human, right? Yeah, that's not something I don't know what level of so you here are a strapping young man or middle-aged man, depending on human aging. I don't know, it's very confusing. Anyway, did you bring with
talk a lot.
you a means to see in the caves?
No,
What the heck were you planning to do when you got here?
I didn't know it was going to be dark.
In a cave?
Well, if creatures are living in there, don't you think they'd be able to have some light to see? I didn't.
We have
darling,
special
your
eyes.
group was doing you no services. I'm so glad we found you. Good God.
How's even the leader of this group, Rayla asked, was disgust.
Oh, that's right. He was their leader.
Because I was the biggest and the strongest. I was the bravest of my group.
The bravest. You're a complete idiot. You have no way to see in the dark. Does any of your other
How about a
teammates
torch? Did you bring a torch?
have any way of did your other people pack torches or anything they can use to see in the dark?
I'll give
Yes,
him a torch.
but She asked if I had any means. I don't have any means.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I'm
would've-
just making sure you didn't doom your entire group.
No, I think his group was bent on dooming him. If they set him up for failure like that.
I can imagine why.
So,
Uh-huh.
what are we doing?
He
Are we
will-
ready to kill something?
I'm gonna hand him a
And
torch.
he has 2 hands on his sword. He's ready.
Hold on. Let's not light any torches yet. Let's let someone who can see in the dark just scope out, make sure there's nothing waiting to kill us.
I'll go the same way I went last time over the pit. I kind of hugged the corner.
Why are we
Are we
going over
even
the
at the
pit?
Yeah, why are we even at the pit yet? Confused.
It was
There
right as
is-
soon as we went into the
So,
cave, wasn't it?
Libra and Pacifica are at the foot, if you will, of this cave entrance.
Okay, so we're not even at the pit yet.
No.
Okay, so Rayla asks Libra, you want to go in and scout it out a little bit?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so we're changing formation a little bit.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can wait outside and
Libra,
knows, maybe
Libra
they'll
and
come back
Rayla making their way in. Okay.
Now, do we
the
wanna
rest
go
of
left?
us are probably around the mouth of the cave.
Yes. Yep. I agree
Waiting
with that.
anxiously to hear.
So let me see. I want to get some dots going.
We
here
never
for
went
you.
left either, so I think maybe we should go left first.
Yeah. I think that was the plan, right?
Well, if you remember, there were some squeaky rats that had come into play over there to the left, and someone had thrown a
but then when we
torch.
kill them with fire, yeah.
But
Oh, so there's a torch down there.
Well, it's
Not still lit, of course,
correct.
but abandoned. Good to know.
there's also the map. In the map, there's a little tunnel to the left-hand side of the beginning, according to
the map.
the map. Yeah.
I like tunnels.
If you look at it,
And if I remember
there should be
correctly, I'm trying to think who has the map. I think it was Balfour that had the map.
Okay.
I think.
Can I ask
let's-
Val here nicely for the map?
He will kind of give you a side eye and be like, what, why?
We're just trying to scout out a few things and see where this cave is.
You're going to go in?
Yeah, Libra, were you not just listening? Libra and I.
Yes, we were going to go in to scout out because we can actually see.
He's going to pause and take a good look at the map before handing it over. Just to
I
make
will-
sure he's
I
got it
Where
fresh.
I'll give it back. Don't you worry.
Who am I missing here for dots? Oh, Balfour. Yeah, maybe even bigger dots. Okay. Let me do a little test here with a bigger dot real quick. Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right, so Balfour breaks out the map, studies it for a moment or two, and then passes it over reluctantly to Rayla, so she can view that as well. So Licia, having had seen that before, is trying to impress upon you that there's an alternate route, that there is a pathway that you had not yet previously seen over to the left, just inside of the cave entrance.
Then I will poke my head in there.
We will poke our heads.
Okay, so Libra and Rayla, what are your races?
I'm a half elf,
I'm a house elf.
Okay.
so 60 feet and concealed doors.
Okay. So as
Really go
you
home and
as you step in, I can move your dots back here in a second, but as you make your way into the cave entrance, within the first 5 feet or so, you start looking to your left, Libra, to try to find this alternate route, this alternate pathway, and there is not one there. And Rayla looks to her right, looking for one as well, and does not see some sort of alternate route.
Secret/concealed doors. difficult to hide from half elf.
Correct.
So is it
So
a door or just a
Maybe
hole?
would you like to actively search for something?
Yes. I just want to kind of like run my hand against.
Okay. So roll a d6, please.
Six.
6. And Ms. Rayla, why don't you go ahead and do the same for us?
Yes, sir. 5.
You
Luck.
ladies have no confidence at all that there's an alternate route to get past this pit.
We wanted lower.
Huh?
We wanted lower is what we wanted. We rolled too high. So I'll kind of like peek my head outside the cave and be like, do you want to come try to find the secret entrance? I'm not seeing it, neither is Raylan. If not, we're just gonna go around the pit.
I believe Muriel and Balthier are elves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alicia can also see.
Yeah, well, Alicia's half elf. I'm just thinking the elves have I think the elves might have a slightly better chance than the half elves.
Yeah, does anybody want to come in and see if they can find this entrance? If not, I'm just gonna go past the
Balfour
pit.
and I can come in. We can see.
Okay. Well, then why don't you give it a try?
I was going to say, Ms. Muriel, the question is, do you want to Rayla and Libra were unsuccessful in actively searching for some sort of alternate passage, a secret entrance or something, to get past this pit. And the question is, would you and Battlefield like to come in and search as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So roll me a d6, please, times 2. Essentially a d6 for each of you.
First one's a 5. The second one's a 5.
Okay. So you have 2 more. 2
Yeah.
more. 4 of you now. 4 out of 7 that have found nothing.
Shoot.
All right, Alicia, it's up to you.
I mean,
Miss
if
Yeah. Please see.
Ms. Licia, are
You know what?
are you being bold to go in and check as well?
yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Roll me a d6, please.
Let me see. Yeah.
2.
2. You find a large drape that others did not. It is essentially caked in dirt, mud, and that's why it was very difficult to find and others couldn't. It's hanging on the left wall, the left-hand side. I'm sorry, yeah, is that right? Yeah, hang on. Let me look at my map. Yeah, it's hanging on the left-hand side, about 3 or 4 feet in. It goes almost from floor to ceiling, and as you find that and kind of pull it to the side a little bit, you do see a very narrow passageway, maybe 3 feet wide.
Okay. Cool. Well, I gesture to everybody that I found something. And ignore Balfier. Still salty about having left both me and Muriel for dead that one time.
I apologize, and I stand corrected, but I do need to make this correction. It is not on the left side of the cave, and it's on the right side. I was looking at your map, not mine. It's actually on the right side.
DM's fault.
No, you found it. It's still there. You found it.
Woo.
But it's over here. I'm gonna do this. I'll choose. I want to do black just for simplicity. So you found a very narrow passageway here on the right-hand side.
That's cool.
But I thought we wanted to go to the left.
No, he just swapped that.
No.
Yeah, no. But I thought we wanted to go to the left around the pit.
Yeah, I would have said yeah, because I thought we were going to the left too, because it's something we haven't found yet.
Well, if we found a secret door, we'd probably investigate it no matter where it went.
That's true. We can go to the door
Secret
first.
tunnel, secret tunnel,
Secret tunnel through the,
through
oh
the
my God.
mountain.
Die.
Okay, so this tunnel, and perhaps that's accurate. You can barely fit one person across, so one person at a time.
Thank you, Melissa Keck's brother,
A
for
nice little
secret tunnel.
bottleneck, if you will. And it is not only narrow, it is short in its height. It's probably only about 5 feet high. So both
Who's our
Malachi
smallest
and
person?
Is
Pacifica
that what you would really call short, though? I mean, that's
will be
pretty
ducking down.
standard or average height door.
No. Anyway, who's our smallest person?
Muriel.
Probably
I think
me.
it's Muriel.
Hey,
Oh.
Muriel, you want a chance of redemption for failing to pickpocket?
Redemption's important in any adventures.
She's squishy. She's squishy.
What is
I'll
it
go
you are
first.
asking me to do?
I'll go
Just
first.
walk through the tunnel, see what happens.
Don't do it. You're squishy. I'll do it.
I can check the entrance for like traps.
I see, ladies, I see Muriel at 4'6".
Mm-hmm.
Licia and Libra are 5 foot. Well, actually, take it back. Libra's 5'1". Rayla and Licia are 5'2".
Okay. Okay.
So
And
she's the only one who can fit.
and your two
No, I can
humans
fit.
are
I
6
can duck a little.
feet-ish.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
only need to duck an inch. So I can go in.
Yeah.
I don't want the squishy one to go first.
You can just shrug.
Okay,
Sounds
so is
good
there
then, I guess.
are there any traps along the way of going through?
I can look for those. I'm pretty good at that.
So
Do you guys want to take the time for me to do that? It takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah, take the time to check for traps.
all right, Ms. Licia, I'm sorry, Ms. Muriel, if you can make a trap check for traps check at this secret hallway entrance way.
I have 20% find traps, and I rolled a 16.
16. Excellent. So you take some time to check for traps here at that entrance. And let me pull up my map here so I can see with you guys. Okay. And you see, hang on. You see that the entranceway kind of drops down a little bit and then heads straight. I'm drawing a white line if you guys can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it kind of makes a very a short bend, if you will, to the right, and then kind of goes straight. So it's a very gentle zigzag. But here at your cave entrance, you spend a few minutes. While you're spending a few minutes, Ms. Libra Green step back, obviously to allow your room to do that before she makes her entrance. And Ms. Libra, you hear the squeaking of the rats over there behind you, over your left shoulder, around the corner. You don't see anything, but you definitely hear the squeaks of the rats. Sounds that the rats would make.
I let everybody know the rats are back.
Oh, goody. Who doesn't love the company of rats?
Hey, Pacifica, there's your dinner. You can eat rats.
Don't get him excited.
And while that's occurring, or while you're taking notice of that, and Muriel is Muriel is checking for traps. Muriel, you feel very confident that you are trap-free at this location.
You know, I think they did a good enough job hiding the entrance to this small space. They didn't bother trapping it, I don't think.
All right, should we go in there? Or do we want to go to the sure way and go?
Just spent 10 minutes checking this entrance so we could go in there. Let's go.
Someone go. Someone go who's
We'll
smart
go.
enough to...
I will go.
All right, Ms. Libra, making your way through this narrow passage. Is anyone following her?
I think Licia said she was.
Yeah.
I can follow with while ducking.
Okay, yeah, well ducking, yep. Okay,
I
so
have my darts in my hand.
this passageway here, again, very narrow, only about 3 feet wide. Okay, I'm going to use white again. It kind of does a little something like this. And continues on, ladies, for as far as you can see. And it seems as though it may connect with this hallway. So as
makes
as
sense
the
to
two
me
ladies
how this-
press forward, Libra taking the lead and Alicia behind, you slowly and cautiously make your way about 50 feet and find just that it is illuminated. I'll give a quick circle here. Let me see. Well, let me just do this. There's a torch here that is burning. So you have illumination till about here to about here. So Alicia and Libra kind of, I don't know, I'm saying busting through, kind of make their way through the other cover that is here, just like the one that was found at the cave entrance. And find, as you step out, you find that you are illuminated. Not you, but there's illumination here in the hall, which would illuminate you. And you have this kind of T intersection, and the hallway that kind of comes back up, as you know, you're familiar with, back to the pit.
I tell Alicia to kind of whisper towards the others to see if they can hear us to come through. And then it's led us towards the secret door.
They definitely cannot
Locked
hear you
door.
from about 50 feet away unless you call out. But a whisper, being discreet, definitely no go on that.
Do you want to go back or want me to go back?
Balfour and I are bum wrestling at the entrance, waiting.
I call
I've
in.
set Pacifica.
You guys see anything? What's going on?
It's clear. Come through.
Pacifica has been watching the back for rats to make sure that no rats come up on us.
I'm using the dark red, the maroon, if you will, to indicate the torch, not to be confused the orange for which we use for Pacifica. And I don't want to use red because that indicates dead bad guys.
All right. So yeah, I run through, or yeah, I kind of like run halfway and say, "Come this way," and then run back.
Okay. And the rest of the group following?
I'll follow, but I'm not going to run. I think both Balfour and I would be making our way through this tunnel by looking at it. Is there anything stored here? Are there any crates along the walls?
Oh no, it is
Any
far.
little alcoves?
It is far too narrow for storage of anything. Again, only about 3 feet wide, 5 feet high.
Why would anyone make just a burrow? This doesn't make any sense.
It's so they could bypass the pit.
But only in one direction.
Why couldn't you go both directions?
To the other side of the pit.
Oh.
Maybe there's nothing on the other side of the pit.
There's the king and queen that was this way, so it was probably made for them.
Hmm.
So are we
Well
all
then.
out?
Well,
Yeah,
there's
we're headed.
there's that locked door that we never got through.
Lisa's referring
The-
to this door up over here.
Do we have a clear shot that way?
Yeah, it's a just 30 feet up.
Ooh, there's a blind corner though.
And we did go into the chieftain's office, right?
Well, no, from what we talked about earlier, you guys peeked in. Oh no, yeah, you did. Yeah, because that's where the necklace came from. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so then
but-
yeah, we'll go towards the door.
It was this
Just
room
look at-
here.
I could-
It was this room here that there was a whole lot of these kobolds.
Yep.
Like the whole clan.
Yep.
Okay, then we
And
don't
we're
want to
gonna
do that one.
avoid that if we can.
10,
Balfour
20,
and I can
30,
give our
40,
shot at
50,
the
60.
door.
Sorry, say again, Muriel?
Balthier and I can give a shot at the door. The
Works for
locked
me.
door.
Works for me.
You know, in fact, Balthier's quite good at that sort of thing. He doesn't say much, but he can step forward.
Is anyone I'll say backing them up, or is it just the two of them up there and each one watching each
I
other's back?
I was gonna watch the room 6 just to make sure nothing comes out. Like, stay at the end of the about where I'm at now. Maybe actually towards the right in the middle of the hallway. Yeah.
Before I walk up, I will have Pacifica watch the tunnel where we
Okay.
just exited from and be like, hey, say something silly if anyone else other than us start coming through this hole.
I'm watching that area, so he can actually watch your back from 4 to 5.
Alicia, where should I put you?
I'll also join Pacifica up by Balthier and Muriel.
You said join
Just
Pacifica. Pacifica is not up top there.
oh, I thought
I
that's
thought
what
he
they
would
were
be.
saying.
Yeah.
Pacifica, I said originally he was going to be at the end of the
Right,
tunnel, but
right.
then Libra said that she's got that spot, and we're going to shuffle Pacifica up to watch Balthier and I's backs.
He's the strongest, so
Okay. And who am I missing here? I'm missing Blue. I'm missing Malachi.
Malachi,
me.
Rayla.
Rayla.
And what color's Rayla? Rayla,
Purple.
purple. Where are you, Rayla?
I am going to be up front with the other guys.
Battlefield, go ahead and roll that D100. Up front, which way?
Next to right next or in front of the pink and or black or whatever, that yellow or
34.
whatever. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right, Battlefield, what did you roll? Or let me go back.
34.
What is your chance of success?
I am looking at Balfier's chart, and
Yes.
I don't think he has the same success thingy I do.
Let me see something. What's his dexterity?
14.
Okay, I don't think that's a modifier for him. Let me see here. Let me go down to that table.
Apologize. I
No,
didn't
it's okay. Yeah, well, this is kind of short
read
notice.
up on him.
So this is Player's Handbook, page 28 is what we're looking at for that table. We're also looking at the dexterity table. What's his dexterity? 14?
Correct.
Okay, so he has no dexterity dex modifiers, but I think he has racial modifiers. We're trying to pick a lock for the... is he a half-elf or elf?
He's a full elf.
Full elf, pick locks.
So he should be 20% like me.
Open locks. Elf. No, elf, 20%, yes. But doesn't he have special lock-picking tools?
Thieves Toolkit. Sorry, I don't need you, AI assistant. Go away. Thieves Toolkit. This set of tools provides a bonus of 10% to picking locks. So he's at 30?
That puts him at 30.
Nice.
The basis behind that was like that was a special family heirloom that was gifted to him when he set out to be an adventurer. Okay, so 30%.
Cool.
Let's get a roll.
Yep. I rolled 34.
Woo! Okay. He says he hears click, click, as he tries to pick this lock for you guys.
So nothing.
No, he feels he feels confident he has it.
So we just haven't tried opening it. Is anyone really good at hearing? I can place probably the ranger, right? You probably have really good.
For indoor or underground, let me pull it up.
Actually, Balfir it says he has slightly better hearing. While he's standing there, he'll listen at the door as well.
Okay. And what's his chance for hear noises? Hear noises. 15.
I don't
It
see
just says
anything about
slightly better hearing.
I don't see anything about hearing.
All right, make that Balfour, make that D100.
I don't either, dear.
51.
51. He hears nothing. Silence. All he hears is the background murmurs coming all the way back from down the hallway over here.
I hear nothing. Yeah, I hear nothing.
I say we just peek our head in.
Good luck.
Please, Balthier says as he bows to the door and backs up. There's
Okay,
no
no.
way this guy is going to be the
DM
one to open the door.
DM is spamming the text. We don't do it now. Back
Yeah.
away, retreat. This is a trap.
Oh, just
I
open
love-
it.
No
I
one,
thought you wanted to fight.
no one searched for traps. He just felt confident that he unlocked the door.
He felt confident he unlocked the door. Traps
That's
is
so much-
something Muriel would look for.
Okay,
Someone
Muriel.
look for
you feel
traps
like-
really quick.
All right, Muriel, go ahead and roll that percentage for check for traps.
I was gonna say she did say he opened the door and backed up real
Ooh.
quick.
I rolled a 2.
But you're rolling the percentage. Check for traps. Not a D6. Did you roll
Well-
a D6? What did you roll?
No, I rolled a 2 out of 100.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel more confident now that there are no traps here than you have felt at any time prior.
Yeah, this feels pretty good.
This
There
is
is
why we have
nothing.
Pacifica.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Send
no, we're
him in
good.
first.
We're so safe.
Okay.
Pacifica, I've never in my entire life felt more sure that this is a safe door enough that I would send one of my close friends through first. Plus, you've got that big sword.
It's just, what door? I don't see a door. It's dark in here.
I place his hand on the knob.
I'm going to put a pause for just a second. Quick sidebar. For the thieves, would you rather, for the, I'll say the excitement, if you will, would you rather I roll your D100 so you have less of a sense of your level of success
Maybe.
as the player?
Maybe for like the secretive stuff like that, like the things where we don't know. I don't necessarily want to know how. I guess it's kind of like it's almost metagaming to know ahead of time what you're trying to hit for something that's an unknown success, right?
Right.
So it would be cool if that was
Okay.
it would make it a little more exciting.
Okay, then I'll kind of go back and look at that. Okay, ready, play. All right, so you're instructing, you kind of guide this guy who can't see his hand in front of him to the door to put his hand on this knob or this pull ring to open it. And you hear him, you can see him. He can't see himself, but you can see him kind of pull it, and it does not yield. He's like, is this a joke?
That's a good question.
Push.
It doesn't open.
Push.
Try that. Try her suggestion.
You want what? I'm pulling.
Libra suggested you push the door.
You can't hear Libra. So, but he pushes the door,
Oh yeah, I
and-
forgot it's at the bottom.
and it doesn't yield either.
It's odd.
Maybe he locked
Well-
the door.
Maybe pull the pegs out of the hinges and we'll just take the whole thing off.
Why can't we figure out doors?
I don't know. They do seem to be quite a.
Oh, he locked it.
Oh, well, that's an easy solution. Balfour, you dolt.
Oh,
He just he has like a crooked grin. And he's like, you weren't specific.
All right, Balfour. We need 30 or less. Well, actually, I guess I'm rolling for you, right?
Yes, and you just succeeded in this.
Okay.
You've got that in the back of your head.
And Balfour is fiddling with his tools, and he kind of hears the click, click. He's like, all right, I think we're good. Pacifica, you're up.
After you.
So Pacifica steps up. You guys kind of guide him around in the darkness again.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts his hand on the ring. And he says, he kind of looks around, doesn't know what he's looking at, looking around over his shoulder. Like, do I push or pull?
Oh, you choose.
Yes! And he pushes the door, and it doesn't budge.
Maybe try pull.
Okay. And he tries pulling. Man, are you guys playing games with me? This door doesn't open.
This is wild.
I go.
Balfour.
Go ahead.
No. I said it accusatorily. Like, what are you doing here, Balfour? Oh, maybe he wasn't successful. Okay, I'll try. I have I don't have 30%.
Why don't you just give it a go?
All right, so what's
right.
your percentage, Muriel?
20?
20. I'm rolling for you, yes?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
I'm
Unless
asking.
Balfour lets me use his tools.
Oh, no, actually, he'd have nothing of that. That's a family heirloom. Like, that is sacred to him.
That fits.
Okay.
That fits.
So, Muriel, you don't have the same confidence here in unlocking this door as you did in your detecting for traps, for which you feel strong that there are none. But you think you might have this.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you give it a shot, Pacifica? I think this third time's 4 times. How many times? Open the door.
So he
Yeah, start making
tries
sounds.
again. He pushes, and it just kind of clunks, and he pulls, and it kind of clunks, and he goes pull, push, pull, and he's going back and forth, rattling this door, making a little bit of noise. Like, oh, Muriel, are you playing games with me?
I think someone is playing games with the both of us.
So I go walking up and I ask what's taking so long.
The door's lock mechanism is not what any of us expected.
Why don't we go into the chieftain's office and see if we can find a key? Or not office,
I like
but room.
this idea. Worst case scenario, we just go in the other room, slay everything in there.
Well, what if there's
And-
children?
What if this?
We promise not the children.
I just have to ask on behalf of Malachi.
Well,
Malachi, do
I
you
was gonna say,
protect evil?
you know Malachi's stance on the innocent.
Yeah. Balfour rolls his eyes. Fine.
Yeah,
do
why
we
does
want-
Malachi? Do you think you could cast your find evil things?
Right?
Yeah,
detect
evil.
It
Yeah.
takes find evil things.
Fine.
All right.
Same.
All right, well, let's start with that Malachi's way down bottom here by himself. Let's start there.
Oh, and in the dark.
Oh, I
Well,
forgot.
Someone left him in the dark.
No, because he's illuminated because of the torch.
Okay, good.
I go back and say sorry.
So the
Didn't mean to leave
illumination
you.
goes from approximately here to approximately here.
Oh, that's right.
I go and grab him and the torch.
Oh, okay, grab the torch off the wall. Okay, good.
Oh, smart. So
Hand
smart.
it to him, and then we walk back.
And then I say, Malachi, can you do find evil things, please?
So this is your approximate illumination area at the moment, okay? With the torch that you just grabbed and kind of came back. And Malachi says, "Yeah, I was detecting evil over here to the east. Is it very weak?"
Which way's east?
To the right.
That one.
The common area.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
I
detect
go
anything
into
beyond
the-
this door, though?
So you bring Malachi up to the very crowded room
Sorry,
here.
that was not a good gesture.
Or-
This door, right there.
Crowded area. And he takes a couple minutes and focuses both east and west. And says, "No, man, I got nothing, but I got a little weak feel in there from where we just came from."
Okay, that's good. That's good. This door is useless, I think.
Oh, I think it's serving a purpose, he says. I'd hardly call it useless. It's keeping us out.
Does it have?
Now, I know we checked for traps, but did we check to see if it is actually a pull-push and not like a lift door like the other door?
Like this is a fake knob.
Now, that is
Could
definitely
really?
something I would do.
Really? God damn it.
Oh, God.
How about I get really angry and I kick the door and see what happens?
All right,
You're gonna
ladies.
hurt yourself.
In short, this door is locked. Simply put, it does not slide up, down. It does not slide sideways, as was determined by both Balfour and Muriel in their assessment of the door and checking for traps. The door just remains locked or stuck and does not budge.
Let's go into the chieftain's room. See if we can find anything over there.
It could just be an old mechanism. Look for anything like lubricating, like a grease of some sort. I normally would have that taken
Actually,
care
I
of,
think I have
but I
grease on me.
do. You?
Yeah, hang on. I'm looking. I have oil. That could be the same, right?
Good. It's a little flammable and a little absorbative.
Now I have 3 flask thingies of oil stuff.
Well, there's always the chance that it's unlocked. It's just, stuck.
I
Well, he just said it was locked.
I
He
walk
literally
very
just said it was
slowly
locked.
Oh.
to the door. Do I
I'm
the
sorry. I
chieftain's
missed that.
area.
Leaper makes her way to the door. She kind of pushes you guys out of the way, makes her way to the door, and
No, I want to
Oh.
go towards the chieftain's office.
oh, you want to go that
The
way.
room. The room.
Okay.
Do
All
I?
right, ladies, before we
I was
continue,
gonna be like, what, are you gonna ask for it to open nicely or something?
before we continue here on the challenge of this locked/stuck door, I'm looking at the clock and we are at time.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm gonna put a pin in it, and we will pick up here next week because we're playing next week as well,
Yes.
right? We all said we're going to play an extra week here. We'll play here next week, and we'll pick up right here where we left off, trying to figure out a solution to this door. I'm just
Oh
thinking
my
Is it-
gosh.
it'll be
Is it just me or-
hysterical
or
if you
anyone
guys
else
finally breach
getting
this
deja
door
vu?
and there's nothing of value in there. That would be funny.
Who else is getting deja vu with the door?
But we
It
also
might be
have a room that we know has very good stuff because he's the chief, which means he's got to have a key.
Oh no, it could be a pile of dead corpses or bones or something. We don't even know if there's anything valuable behind there.
It was his
Okay.
office or his room. I
Or-
keep saying office for
We
some weird reason.
literally spent like 30 minutes on just this damn door.
But usually people don't lock doors for nothing. Usually they're locking it for a reason, right?
You'd think.
Trying to keep things safe,
Yeah,
whatever that thing is.
Or maybe it's just the DM screwing with us and he's just evil laughing to himself like I got them.
Valvia's about to set it on fire.
You know what? We can set it on fire. I got oil, I got flaming arrows.
We also have a
Oh,
room where the king had lived. That might have a key.
Step 1, look for key.
All right,
Step
ladies.
2,
Step 2.
You all have a good night. Have a great week. I'm going to stop our live stream here in just a second. Right about
Thank
now.
you for joining us, everyone on YouTube. I'm going to put in a...
Have a very good night.
I'll let you make your comment in the chat before I stop streaming.
it's all you.
All right.
You all good? Okay, no more streaming. Good night, YouTube.